demonstration we honorable afanya market sponsor makacho say na agenda no wo no sponsor sa demonstration no enti masem bisa Dr. Baumia say MPP na ekwentu obekọ bi chairman team bekọ sa demo ni bia na just nkwadi afrempo obekọ bi na bi dia on na sha ase we go to hit the street we are going to hit the street on na sha sa de na say they all have agenda party money nim so wo mo agenda for mo ho na ka me kwate ya say chairman won to me be pre-national chairman I the MPP ayafoa to the sense say won to me be national chairman mo fa ne mra how akumsi be national women organizer mo fa ne mra MPP na ne yanim no akrachi for party adabraka money mo guase papa thank you to adane is stubborn to Meba try ya to so point number 10 ehwo ene aduru ye C7 me kan ye ho nyina na me pacho monya na mofa petition no to so ne yenko Daniel forward ye no na ye nto aso ye wie pa na me bie phone lines na mo bia ba be kire na dwen ko makacho say oman na ye bu no bia dwen wom enye yenko na yenim nyansa wo so agwo fie no wo so hu wonim de ene ti ye je obi adwen ye to so number 10 enie Daniel for repetition wade call ye no na legacy na ewo petition no mu eya mako 21 na no de ye kan ye no ye kan dru number 9 eti ena ye to so free number 10 actually so 10 ye or say the honorable chief justice contemptuously refuse just contempt ewo assembly ho and a contempt na echi oto aso ye bibi opeso wo ye also refuse to comply with a decision of the High Court Accra Industrial Stroke Labor Court 1 presided over by His Lordship Justice Frank Abodje dated 30th July 2024 which ordered the reinstatement of a member of staff of the Judicial Service namely Thomas Odai Buafo in a case titled Thomas Odai Buafo versus the Judicial Service of Ghana and Ano. Suit number no and a twaso no. Near Etoso 11, the Honorable Chief Justice refused to comply with a decision of the High Court Accra presided over by His Lordship Justice Frank Abodje dated 21st March 2024. Which ordered the reinstatement of the member of staff of the Judicial Service, namely Philip Kumayi Daliba, in a case titled Philip Kumayi Daliba versus the Judicial Service of Ghana and Ano. Meba cho sa allegations too ya makayama wunyina no ni tie watwam ane sem enipa bia na wo mo eka judicial service no ehwo ana so mo kan lawyer fo kuo no ho no asem bia ba fa wo mo wa de court no judge awo high court excellence asem no wo mo wuni asem ti yansan reset wo bom yansan fra wo mo emra lawyer fo kuo ni mu ma mega tutakunu wo se wo mfa sa ruling ni nya adwuma emra kro na ye de adwuma high court no ombu sa amra no enti wanye simple there also 12 the Honorable Chief Justice arbitrarily capriciously and unreasonably dismissed Mohammed Musa, a Deputy Chief Registrar High Court Tamale by letter dated 5th December 2023 in under violation of Article 151 of the 1992 Constitution and treated with contempt representations on the matter from Judicial Service Association of Ghana and Mr. Musa. So no adi ni tumi pam nkrofo yi nkrofo adi. Se mra no kura tia kura mfa ne ho. 13 the Honorable Chief Justice arbitrarily, capriciously and unreasonably dismissed Mr. Richard Bwedi Echampong by letter dated 12 October 2023 on grounds of absenting himself without permission and reporting to work conduct when dismissal is the highest penalty for major offenses and treating with contempt a decision of the Judicial Council on 29 November 2023 that a petition from Mr. Richard Bwedi Echampong be duly considered. Mr. Richard Bwedi Echampong was traumatized by the wrongful dismissal and unfortunately passed away in March 2024. Hey, get you tokunu. Etimi afa kwan bi so apam obi afiri na dwumam ama nipa ne de ho emra no kra kire se ade na anase nipa no ne krata wade aba no yansantra si ne yahwem yantra si ahwem nipa ne ho akwakowu wawu nipa na wu won say enema koso wo judiciary ni mu a ebeye den se wo bete se won kwa court nko experience enema koso wo a obi ka beka so oboa. Yet also 14, the Honorable Chief Justice unreasonably refused to comply with an order of the Court of Appeal dated 23rd May 2023, staying execution of a suspension imposed by the Disciplinary Committee of the General Legal Council, which council her ladyship, the Chief Justice, is chairperson, on a lawyer, Kwame Fosu-Jiabuo, and causing circulars dated 18 February 2023 and 15 March 2024 go be issued to all courts. Now say get to tokunu wanwa mo kra committee a wada so akwatena ase eruli asem wanwa ya chairperson ruling na de ba no afa anya adwuma requiring the court not to grant audience to the said lawyer. It was stated in the circular dated 18 February 2024 that the said lawyer's license has not been renewed for the year 2024 and further all courts are therefore not to grant him audience until further notice from the General Council. To me, it was also stated in the circular dated 15th March 2024 that the Ghana Bar Association had indicated by the letter that it had deactivated Mr. Kwame Fosu-Jiabuo's certificate generated on the Ghana Bar Association portal, marked or the number no akaho. All courts are to take note and take necessary action accordingly. 15. The Honorable Chief Justice unconstitutionally interfered in the judicial power of judges by purporting in a circular dated 18 February 2024 from the General Legal Council to direct as follows. The Honorable Lady Chief Justice and Chairperson of the General Legal Council has further directed that any other issue on Mr. Kwame Fosu-Jiabuo's application will be void. Hey! Nasa mama get to tokunu tumi ana ekura ne say Chief Justice ndi oyusu ya pawo ya say babia Kwame Jiabuo no kwade na asem be kwa kopie bia no o make sure say wabema wama so atese mo muntie no 16 rather. The Honorable Chief Justice unconstitutionally interfered in the judicial power of the Council of our Court District Court in the case of Robert Aswale, operating under the business name and style Unitrans Susu Enterprise versus Justice Akanji, suit number no ewo, by summoning the registrar of the said court to her office in or about August 2023 and ordering him not to proceed with execution process that were being pursued by the plaintiff based on a decision of the district court in favor of the plaintiff. Asama yedi akwa district court to be a judge be tena asam no so no wadie no ni afa judge no wo Chief Justice office aka chen say sa case we meant to aso men proceed. Hey, yedi sikato atentre de wo Ghana. Now we need sika obeye dey. 17. The Honorable Chief Justice undermined the independence of the judiciary by nominating the president for appointing to the Supreme Court 5 additional judges based on her capricious determination in collusion with the then president to have total partisan political control of the Supreme Court long after the term of the said president. 18. The Honorable Chief Justice arbitrarily, capriciously, and unreasonably transferred Justice Anochi Jima from the High Court in Accra to Kumasi on account of decision to Republic versus Opuni and others to conduct the trial de novo after the case was assigned to him upon the retirement of Justice Honyonuga. May I sure say you know your case we Opuni na ni bre ya se cocoa board former cocoa board CEO one Alhaji Sedu Agongo miame papa asem e di kopie mu court judge anu ote asem no so no obi anim se judge wo ya bias chief justice ya wo bibi o se ne sa de nipa no ko ba betra asem no so no so me transfer nipa hi erade nyakopon 20 the honorable chief justice arbitrarily, capriciously, unreasonably, and unlawfully interfered with the administrative responsibility of the registrar of the Court of Appeal. The Chief Justice, they are already Civil Division, Accra to put an ex parte application in the case of Professor Margaret Kweku and ORS versus Electoral Commission and John Peter Amewu SAL case before the Court of Appeal sitting in Accra or about 16 December 2024 rather. Maybe I tried the also 21 last one. The Honorable Chief Justice acted arbitrarily, capriciously, and unreasonably when upon the plaintiff representation in the case of Afenya Markin versus Speaker of Parliament. She immediately and in the most unprecedented manner empaneled the Supreme Court for the hearing of an ex parte application in the said case. Remember, this is 21 allegations. Daniel Fori, petitioner number 2 for the Equoya. President Ejina Swama Council of State Active Committee was some no one after the premier for the case a woman. Mamika Bibinchro. Emrana Yadi Juma Ewa Ghana 1992 constitution. What kind of 21 allegations in Nana say most of them I was a chief justice of crash as a Branibe Jumano on one and what yet Yamrano so or Bubu court Fred judges ma woman instruction. And the case ya more interest woman no I judge or tear some no so no freno or ran over stop and no transfer. Sana na kwaso judicial nim me no me anu ya ti abantinti ya nim dia kwaso on to see ani bi bedu yamfa bi ni wa asama me kai unhu emuduro sana asam ne tie yamfa bi niu ewa Ghana judicial system nim a unhu asam no emuduro na NPP fuosu na mama te se abonye fruso ne yamfa course ne ntem ena mate se yase miracle aboaje se den Miana minu abema aside MPP ba power Supreme Court judges na President Mahama ayi wo mo ba pam wo nyina na mo ba da ben MPP for kam sa President Mahama appoint Supreme Court judges na mo de munya atwom no de medwene ho amenti ase o say Supreme Court panel na ho no ba akopɛ any appointing on the NDC, one more marketing in MPP for it is a President Mahama appointed Binuma. I didn't ban a time another Danko Kufado Echi. What the appointed Supreme Court judges. Does it mean says our appointment, you Supreme Court, no? Now you're politically motivated and Tiama Namuania Bressa President Mahama. A bit more Andrew said what Supreme Court, no more quiet judges. Now I appointing one more problem with it. Is it because of the mindset that you people had by appointing such judges to the Supreme Court? Now why na catch am say adwuna na da mutirim amomodi appointed Supreme Court judges no koye no sa adwunu na President Mahama tirim mo nsa ba bi mu kwa kutire na asoso mo daye na mo bubo biribrim ta sa adwuna na wa mutirim no say mo pese mo control judiciary no atentene ne de anya de bi bekoso na Ghana ha ye nim say ye nyina ye ne da so sa ye ne da so na ye court mo pese mo sai court no na mo sai court no wi anya ntokwa na mo de ba kuro nim enti adwombone a na wo mutirimu nti ana momo ya amadwen such as na say judges na mo appoint wo no eye no cross wo ye NPP card bearer members dia mo ya no sa na kire o because President Mahama appointing Crawford na momo say Some crofana wa point to woman, no pam woman, in your capacity as who? Moreover, judges now on the President Mahama by Wapamobi. Wapamobi. As national, just a young gun of one I can hear the name dance. I'm a boy. Just a woman who's so young to make one man. Yes, Mukwana, we are someone else in the Munim Mebois. And I'm a part in another Kifet club. No moon conamco concentrate. No more fix it. Now say next started 2 years was 42 years, and you consider Mamma who you buy a moon. 0302277159 and any lines I had the Juma and not pay. What's to make a good morning? Hello, good morning. And see me what TV no so why? See me our phone him. Pacho Wadaroma. Thank you very much. Pacho, we didn't baby Africa.
Pacho, your family are questioning capacity.
Pacho, my mensio.
Yo, Obaya, Midasipa, Nemia, Oye. Adia opening Nanin, woman, mean to me who near MPP for, especially after New Markeno. Say, or Gideon will yes you, or Gideon will yes you, who don't want to tell you. Nima oye na ye arrogant ni mankwana oye but ntimi hu se o interest wo sa jeji mu ntino oye sa dia ntimi hu ti medabose ene adwuma pa o didi aboa omagana because sempa
me so be da se papa nyame hwao obetimi adwane 0302277159 Otameka, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Pacho, udini baby afre me free.
Abu you me first second.
Pacho ma minti o. Hey, tadi for mo ho ya de.
Oh yeah, cool running kwa.
Yeah, that's it.
I play the mbori juma. Na mo you better say answer John Dramana mama. CJ issue no dey. On your way juma tan man. Na yanhwe kana yanu me you maybe Obaapa begin this me. I'm a governor, 80,000 billion and walk into a Bank of Ghana. Some schedule from Ghana Commercial Bank about 52 billion Ghana cedis now. From Ghana Commercial Bank, you won't be your crown. Can you find an answer? Because we need the money to develop this country, especially road sector and the energy. Energy sector, why a crisis here can end before you go. Mahama 2016, on your hand over so smart fuel. 2 weeks or the man and now. No gen profit of ECG will make profit. Now how much in hand over to Mahama this year? The media have to educate the masses of Ghanaians. People doesn't know. Please, it's your job to educate them, read the Ghanaians. Most of them they don't know. I can't know what they are Mahama this year. If you're about to start the way you energy catch up and I will tell her, Mahama, on school to head of them ECG, head of directors in Yala. You shouldn't allow them to go scot-free to enjoy the money. Because when you're vacation, a director, what's the director, and our national board of directors, misconduct to the priest, we are begging you. Because without that, I'm going to hear when you eat. Without that, you can't start your purpose, you are a big man. No. Nobody is above the law. Even himself, Excellency Mahama said, he's not above the law. So how much more? Allowance of what free electricity, free water, free fuel, so they will corrupt their salary. More than 700 million, 800 million, 1 billion a month. So they will steal our money. You know, for some 1,000 to 500. You could come out. About 3 million, 300 Ghana, and 400 Ghana. No, you must yell bread. You shouldn't continue that, please. Your Excellency, we all support you. Any action, take action. ECG, how do you why mismanagement of OPL? Because you are telling you will tell it to make a profitable business. Now, why then another 8 years about this one? No more cost free. Thank you very much. Somebody should continue.
Medase 0302277159 to make a good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
But from
Pacho, and see who was TV no so. Tell me our phone him.
Yo, good morning. Your friend got you too.
Pacho, my miss you.
Your friend got you too.
All right.
Because of free swami.
All right.
Your mama Galamsey na semno, Galamsey fight in the Galamsey no, and Yashe so bad to me either. Akon, send no share bono, a brand new position. To Obaapa power there say 2 minute crown. Emotional munya bibi. Na you say.
Sure.
It didn't mean crown.
Me know ya adwen.
That's it.
Me so me that's papa. Yemfa be other 3 course na yemfa AC. Otomeka, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Mpomo design.
Nyame adomo pacho na so e.
Pacho me hoye. Pacho e friend me Danny.
Pacho ba mitio.
Me kasa free Accra.
Okay.
Pacho near MPP for e Chief Justice. Ye boni a wo mo de on mu se, wo mu nim se one the boni e anyone be di wo court no. Okon be fa so je se on be prevent wo no. Anything a wo mo se wo mo gusu bu bo adam no. Nti pa so mpamuto mo fa mo nan si fam. Eye o ma panin no, on fa ni nan si fam. Nyambra ni kire no, on fa sa ba ni so pepe no fa yema.
Men so me da se papa yemfa last 2 calls wo ahoma no eso ntentem ne yenkoye nim. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes sir.
Apome.
Nyame adom na so e.
So me go ye pa your family e fu David.
Pacho mamitio.
Yeah, your family fu David.
Pacho mamitio.
No, yeah Titi.
Yes sir.
Me dasine adwumapa awoye. Me papa ekura wache dodo. Me ti unkapa me se me papa ekura wache dodo.
Entie wo hu TV no so de tie wo phone no so.
Okay. Me papa wache dodo. Wache dodo.
O tie wo hu TV no so ebe delay nti me pa cha o de tie wo hu e wo phone so wadaroba. Good morning. Pacho e na so e.
Bible nti me so me hoye. Me pacho mo manu to ye Ghana president no. Ejuma no onye ni ye. Na onje prisoner for so ho.
Okay.
Sisi no don fa mra ne ye dwuma no nyina o sisa mra no nyina no ye na dwuma ye o ma na ne nyete afenyo Michael ga munchi ntum munchi afenyo Michael ntum medase
Meso medase ma yemfa phone in no ensi ahase me ba me pacho ye beto aso me twa me ho abasese a
Obaapa eba meye autopass ye ka ho adwuma bibi bia e fa ka ho wo de ba meye autopass ye be ya mo ye ka ahoroɔ ka bi ti se Toyota, Nissan, Honda, Mitsubishi na Korea ka bia se ehu atochima na opa obi a obeye ni yie na enkwagya okwantefia hwɛ meye autopass and diagnosis services be yamo kama minnim die hia se wo ka na wo ka no so wo ho dia aha ana wo sa wo do ani kire ka bie kita wa wo problem hwehwɛ wo mo ekira kwan na wo bɛboa wo ni mo abuda from say explaining engine anything hwehwɛ wo mo ekira kwan na wo mo
afei nso ye wo spare part shop kɛse pa ewa boso kan a ukopie mu a ka ho nneɛma bia wo pɛ bia no ubenya bi wo ho
meye autopass diagnosis service ye home services se ebia o ka no e wo fie na o pese ye be ye ho adwuma wo fie ma o ye be servicing to say oil brake pad ye betima be no fie se wo office su na wunya adaji emfa mba ha na o pese ye be fa ka no ye hu adwuma ma wa ye betimi aba office wo ne ya befa car no ne ya ba ye hu adwuma kama ye wi a ye di wadi abrew ye wo drivers a omukwa license a ofa o car obesan di aba pepepa asambia emba o hwe meye auto pass and diagnosis services a ye wa Blekuma New Town your number is a ye di adwuma 0244 451 776 and 0244 264 995.
Maya Autopass, we are the best.
Open up those gates.
Hello, hardworking traders of Ghana. I've got terrific news for you. If you have goods to sell in a store, shop, market, or online, call Beautiful Betty or Handsome Kojo Asari on 0245 929 220. That's 0245 929 220, and we will help you sell faster to more customers. Customer. See and hear the adverts on CTV, Ghana's #1, and buy at good prices. CTV and all our radio networks across Ghana is helping traders connect to customers here, there, and everywhere. To sell your goods to more customers, call Beautiful Betty or Handsome Kojo on 0245 929 220. That's 0245 929 220. Class Media Group. We help traders sell to more customers.
Tell na fe yet me at us live my CTVGH on Facebook. Yes, you me live on so YouTube and to me streaming and so one other adventure at so yeah live na odi akwaba
oba me do so
holiday no di ni here
oh nyame atom me di ni
nyame ase me gidi se enne senia Ghana mampanyi ene adwumayefo kasa nra no Dennis no apikibi
yeah mapikibi
yen senia
mapikibi kama okay abusianfo Ghanaian Times ko akrata and ye de hyase ena no pena Ghanaian Times wo ba ya wo de Ghana mampani Owura John Dramani Mahama bosu kenanu ankasa His Excellency wo de nimfoni ba beto anom ya eno no fugu ana hye no ya organized labor me kire adwumayefo wo meda so kwan no mudi ya ye nyina no ya afofida ede ma ye no wo monso mfanyini eda ha saying General Secretary Treasurer for Penny Edimate Yosi Ekuno wonom so ne mfonyini eda ha no seye saranso ana Alhaji Rashid Pelpo wonom so afoi ne mfonyini eda no seye Yera Bernard Owusu wonom so ewa ha ne workers ni bia wonom nyina no organized labor wo mudi makotene ne nyina no mfonyini eye de mekan ya enra afofida sonko a abandwumefo ene adwumefo nyina kabo mu o mehye ho fa no eno ana wakasa fa na mampani Owura John Dramani Mahama wa mama ne nsa so ya wono mum ana manipa mienu ensa so organized labor mpanifo no wa so we nsa obonkum wa so we nsa ewonifa ana mpanifo no so omo aka so so mo nsa e de chenkunumdie sonko a wo man Ghana adwumefo eyadie wo ye nyina yadi e wo matimo sonko a ye bose de be ya aban dwuma ne adwuma wodo aka nyina no e be fa ne ntuma pefra na said media si amampani kasa no ana wo se adwumefo me hyamu bobi arehemu eni gidie eni wo payi amunyade ya adwuma etomere bia ya na ete atofom ameka se ekama yesem arehemu nyina eni ho no wo se me hyamu bo se mi pagya ne bio me mamusa hope no eni se akadie biara enwome bia da mu hia beboa ama adwuma wo se mo yemu ye ne yie no ne nyina aban wo mfa nkame mo aban emfa nkame mo odi nyina bema mo na etima hyemu nkrane amatumi enya ho agenso nkwa gyama naso makoso aye adwuma enti mampani asema waka no na eno na koba se mampani kan wawie ye no ene Ghanaian Times ko akrata no ase hwa ye no eye nim ho ase ho Yewura Joshua ansame ka se wa twetwa for pani emate yosi ni mfani da sei Mike sina no ya wade ni chefita wo ani gyemu de nanso wenso de waka ere kire aban wei ene se aban enhwe na akatua nhyehyeye no akatua nhye no enoma bi a wose enkoye ye wose yehwe na yifrim no ni nyina nso wose aban hwe na wonye nsachaye na oni sa wo ha no mfrimu afedi wose wode ka ho na aban adwumefo ene adwumefo bia da omsan fata se wo mutumi enya sa amoa no no munya hoden ensie ni akukuduro ede som oman Ghana wonwuma mu no ni nyina nso so wo mu nso etumi nya sa de no nti eno nso so mfonini ena no pe ko akrata no wo de aba beto asem mensa bonkum so ewo ko akrata no anim hanom no eso honom boko nsensem a wati kruwe krawre ene brahma so tumfo setu ababio asante hene wote so no wo se die wonma sorry asetan so womatu ede ahyeda foforo se wombesan atoa asetan so bio eno nti eno nsem no ena no pe Ghanaian Times wakrata wabone pete wo call page 8 emu nsem no ewo ho afei eye page 11 ho so na nenim ha de edamensa ni fa so ewo ase o kakra wo se emabunu makoma ebe se empem aduonum 500,000 youths ana mampani wamu dwumadie bi wakwa entuma national apprenticeship program no wese said ya shasi o ashasi fi mampani wakwa ntuma ena wata na asia ho ana Ghanaian Times wode maame fefe bi emfonini ababetoa wose sa maame aye ka no asemi enkane no na woyesemufo edema Ghanaian Times ko wakrata no na woyesemufo edema Ghanaian Times ko wakrata no wose sa maame eni nipa makoma aduonum yensa bi wo hono ma wo nyina no wo ma hwe abo ma baso ebiso ma ya adwuma son ni a eburu adwuma son so ana wo mu ede ama wonum ede ho abaso bode sonko atumi ede ama maame ya ye kana semi ya fa no adwoa ye boa afari maame adwoa ye boa afari wono ni nipa aduonum yensa bi ye so ma bo adwuma boa media adwuma no ama santwofo adwuma yeye akoso kama pa enkankanka atrotrofo mo tro print adwuma enti wote yewra Albert Kwabena Dwonfo GJ president wode no mfonini aba abetoa ena no pay e wo Ghanaian Times ko akrata ni mu na Obaya ensoni page baabi a wo pɛ no wode wonso so aba wose enipa makoma enan ana nakok foi wa eye Narcotics Control Commission Commission one mo ache one ma mekan yedoma kwa akopie mu ewo Accra Circuit Court ama se ya remante wonom sa yebesan afra asem ni bio enu nti omo enam ni nyina no eye suspected cocaine won sa no bani bi omo kire yom so se eye cocaine no eno ana no pay ko wakrata no woje ho asem aba afei ensomani page 3 ho so wokọ ase wonom a wose yewura edubu ahen wone ne yere ana enipa mienu bi a wo mo ka hom National Signals Bureau wo kai sa nsem no a eba ya yewura Dr. Justice Dominic Akrotinga Ayini wono ne woso for sure my Ghana atentrene ena afei wosan ya aban lawyer pani no na so ye no ena no ato de wonsam betu Justice sa nipa yi ene nipa bi a eka ho ya wo mo abanta de anima corruption ketase she proye drumdie ene kankan ye ebo mo ho no ene yewura Dominic Akrotinga Ayini chese abani mfamu nchamo Ghana so yemfamu nchamo enti sa papa yewura Kwabena edubu ahen wona ne yere enipa bi aka no ana se se ya so pa achi so bo ade abom nyina ne se wona ma hwia oman agapade hwia oman Ghana agapade ya esom 49 million choppable Ghana cedis 49 million choppable Ghana cedis
asemwe wonim de ma me yem hye me
ede ade
Ghana Water Company Limited enim say omo treat nsuo ma ye nom wo Ghana of late nsuo omo de ma ye na poison
because of galamsey
edubu ahiye a ye ka na asemi na no latest e ba wo chese me yem kra hye me say Ghana Water na ye su se wo mo niema akofom se omo plant no bebire kra say internet service a wo mo de ye adwuma e wo ho no e ya ban na de supply ma wo mo
e ya ban
internet na Ghana Water for mo de ye adwuma no Ghana Signals Bureau na de mo e ya ban dia
yes e ya ban dia
na wo edubuan se Ghana Water for kra tuaka na ma enko aban fotuo no mo
yes
wo de wo personal account
wo no wo yere
e ji sika ni free Ghana Water for ho Na chesa me twene wa me ntia se any party more than wo kroma o.
Pa ya. Nwanwan so.
Ghana water na mu no wada ya na wo
ne na we hia sika no.
Wo san sika kura free no wo services and government and yama government agency a. Wo de wo private accounts. And e say sika no.
Se ni patrimony ampa ya. Oman de bia ka no oman ye sika wo. Nanso so nipa binom.
Obie ni wa baka chem se sika ni Ghana.
Ghana sika wa ha papa.
Sika wa ha.
Ampa ya ti sika no so. Na komo so de manfo. Enti yensa cha ade wate
sa no ma obi amfa na da ne ho na na do dan ko ekufa do ka kire yen se yeti sika so so ekom de yen me pa cho samre no it was true and it is so true.
Yes, it's so true.
Oh sika no se yeti sika no so ohun ye sika no yeti so
eto mba no be pagya to to free
sika so ekom de yen wona ka cho se nya no kre sika okroma abronti de yen ya ye bre
yes Omba ya be pagya on pagya nko for to free scan so na ne eja de on be ye no de ye tiabusia eno asam eno no mame free Ghanaian Times ko akrata no emu na okay mame fa ba ku ntwa to ema wo ko akrata Ghanaian Times mu na afei yenko eye daily analyst ko akrata no emu Ghanaian Times back page anamako na wapani nkase a wo ye pani kwantrefo ase sein wada Ghana Cocoa Board ano Dr. Randy Abbey wapani nkase no wanamu a wani kokokuafo bi makwa akohia se de wo ye ne se wonam ye nkurase no ba bia kokoko ewo no ana wani kokokuafo no ehia ne nantesie nyina ta ene se wo how challenges any problems a kokokuafo efem no eno ana wo twa no mako na wadi agu nkrata so wo ba woni mpanifo ba besi ho aberekutire na wonu ma hwe kwani obefa so a won betimi asolve sa wo how no challenges no
how akokokuafo na moye ketuwa bi simple very simple
no so sa
ensheda no
oh okay
ka say ye tackle
enu
kwanse echekura number 1 once am mass spray now
koko mass spray
this time omo de buy omo famra back
kokofo ne de be na aba
we okay ni etosu biemu eye how kese pa ban ntwa na ni we over the years koko akuafo re unipa bi ye koko adwuma eye afra na bisa na especially
koko akuani
eno an wo ye
yes
a wati koko akuram ho bisa na sa asem we no anka ho abakose no kiro di ama koko akuafo asem we ya minken
ampa
koko akuani no on sa season eye 2 ya wo nkinkramu bre ene ya wo abribra sa 2 seasons no ena koko akuafo edi nya sika
ampa omoso de ye mema
sa September October November December de no eno na ye bebre pa no ena omo wo bi started from February March April mu ho na eko enti in between some months no May, June, July, August, September now, I'm back to the main season.
You're better.
This I want to koko akuani no. Edian wa yo di bedidi.
Oh.
Kwaba na first o tua ne bus school fees.
Asem no.
Enti di omo ye no say. Koko akrachefo na sika wo mo nsam no.
Yeah.
Odi wo na sika wo nsam a me ba no ma bebo obosia. Ebia no abobosia ne 10,000 Ghana cedis. No the bia tua ne bus school fees. No mo di bia to ho mo di wo mo ntoto yi bode amienu. Fate Ghana te say dey to wa ha no. Obi akwa wo na fuom. Owo koko asebayere. Enti ene de ohia ye bia nipa ne kwabo sa abosia no 10,000 Ghana cedis na odi de omo ya ne say koko akrache no ebesi sa sika no ho empimanim na ya 20,000 Ghana cedis 100% increment interest near the account koko akwani ni ji sa sika no no otibi de kotua ne school fees no de bi to no mo dididia na omura main season ni mu biemu a when to me and tia sa 10,000 na ye dia ko 20 ni nyina na odi otua wage 10,000 otua 20,000 na watua na bia ababeka e bia 8,000
na 5,000
na ya fancy ho enti ya kuani bi betimi age 10,000 sika no betua no be 1 billion because every season bia when tua wi ade be carry ya fancy ho and ya mano. That is the real problem of the cocoa farmers. Mubo modern na mo resolve sa de we. Emma cocoa akuafo no mo beto mo. I'm telling you the gospel.
It's true. Don't can you.
I'm talking from experience. 1 cedi. Obetua sika no for years na kani wuda because koko krache no otua maneka 10 cedis a the next season no aba ho na 20 Ghana no asentua watua na ka 5 cedis no asaba ho na 10 cedis chese dumo mo te wo mo didi koko akuafo na no eno na mo didi wo mo
oba ya manfa bi nka ho
wo de mama no si na bra enti koko akuani no beye duo beye bia ontimi mo brada di enti na koko oba age baako. Yes, I think you turn 3,000 Ghana cedis impo. So it's a new price, beba.
3,100.
What I want to say, 3,000. That's a big crime account. Koko kuani to meet more than 50 bucks. Koko kuani be ultimately more than 20 bucks within the season. Remember, I said 3-4 months. No, we me to bear 50 bucks. 40 bucks, depending on the size of the cocoa farm. It is a bag back could be 3,000 Ghana cedis. Multiply by 50 bucks and now 40 bucks and now 30 bucks.
Code them.
A dear Nanka cocoa can any person what ya want to me. We are from my Ghana sika. Woman, I get almost so my city no or quite competition what dollar no so much city in what then cacrano. Sao cocoa we are from Omoya here for Chewobia. Oh. Because of Sadia where you did do a munti, go and check cocoa farmers and woman brabum. Because a canoe of a bussium or Jano 2015, 2010 or the wood yasakano. Because at any point in time, no, ye bought can of what your man. Ye see who. And then when I had the main problem, oh, you're around the abbey. Problem now, what cocoa we are for when I'm a catcher on. Says honorable Copoco Daroma may assure self fertilizers in a biblical. But some way I make came. We will claim you bet me for so bet me a book or quick we are for a more woman. ADB bank in this one and can you mainly for a queer for. I don't know quick we are for to me sell ADB. Now buy move for politicians and help us sell ADB. Somebody should tell me why. Oba, the okay, Nini 9 or some castle, Mempa Cook any. Oba Conako governments one in a year I Emma, woman name. And say, any panati cocoa na wieno, what ya cocoa cratch one cocoa cratchy, ni scale we meum, scale now what they carry cocoa. One of those issues that can problem. Ya meba, we mere scale to extend say, and cocoa back dear, cocoa back on, kewe 64 kilos. Because you're not trying to cross that he evident in him. 64 kilos never say we no. Once and I'm so what's what also just with scale into no. Meso basses a cocoa neck buttons was and your mother. Cocoa cratching ebe yana fe was when you one back. We feel no asani no. Na was sad the no asadi gusono. No no so a career fa. We are no so friends so yai. One more carry cocoa na no. See a bit your mocha and no so yas and fofro. See a bit your mocha, see carry bit your mocha no. Then so kem. So many years na bande dey na petwam koy no. Ekuafo no bi sun wo sade we ho. So abekari ni cocoa na ye betua ne ka no. Eno so akwakoy wo haw. Ana no akuafo sun yan said wo kan eti aye boss na akuafo no wo mo ebro enti said wo kan yero rwande abi me kan me be di sanka wo be koko akuani na nka sa wo hawa koko akuafo na mu no na nka wo so watime attest bi wo fili bi na nka koko akuani bi esu a watime fili the same pain e dia ma no anya sa na tie ni na no necessary so be koko akuani ansa sir dey tell me kasa won sa den so wonim bi mu a yeah, it's like most of times, you know, that is how it is. But anamono pa washa asie tu se ma me nkoko akuafo no ho mu nkodi nkomo no e bia na mo nka nche nti na me kasa asem na che ne say how kese pa da koko akuafo so ye sa de ya me kan say bosia wo mo gigi wo koko akrachefo de ho no kwan ya ye do mo nam so no ya asem a wo so man no ye twa ye ni ya hwe eya den na nipa beji sika baako no watua no more than 10 years
edin obaya
ADB bank na esi ho no esi ho for ehefo kona kwa check wo mo je bosia wo ADB so mo akoko dua baako kwa so mu fichira so mo abro esi wo mu fichira go and check mo je bosia wo ADB no go and check the list
koko scholarship credit man koko akuafo man do na nyom na enya
say the free into the advance koko scholarship no and no dey yanka ho asa but me say ekwanya ye be for so e be ma akuafo ho ato wo mo no wo mo real problem is no ye hwe ne tackle because kuya no a season by season no enti And so we should consider the season now woman ye juma and now woman harvest no a day in woman ye cranberry on first woman did.
Okay,
and I first a cranberry on first woman juma no mukria no mo yano cran no support. Sa ya can say this famine centers na President Mahama so mo besi no. All can na be monti ase until say we ye kuani na abeti ase because kuani ono opesa wo ye ne kese no. Wo kwa han sa tractor na wonim sika wo mutua ebu wa no oni sika eno na mani pa no kobo bosia ne asi ho de ama no na sa buy provided tractors a wo kwaje tractor na on credit na wo de akoya odwuma abra wo ntua ka wo harvest ansa na wo betua the normal price eno kra nya say ye charge e de bia ka wo say wa me na che one na catch us sa system we and na sa police we nya de beboaye me say Randiabe. One of the most challenges or how koko akuafo namu.
We were catching. Okay.
Tackle it. Only koko akache for nin kasa. Duabeya se bia no is either some be jini pan to me or the tokoko. Because si ansha si amanya be anya in a strict manner or my niente me ye obi anya no yonko okona mu a osisi no.
Yeah, okay. Ebusan for my daily analyst ko wakrata no ento so ebra yaka koko de awie na Ghanaian Times me de no so ato efomi daily analyst was say without fear or favor wonsro hwe anase wenyasa afi no ben hwe ni mu bia ni debi ebusan daily analyst Obaaya what the Ghana Mampani Enfoni Ababetua Ura John Dramani Mahama said ye Ghanaian Times di ba ye no one so wakasa dia fa ECG edmeko no ho dia waka nyina ne say ECG not for sale ECG not for sale Mahama assures Ghanaians ye Mampani and wo hye nyina bo no am arehemu say oh ye da ye na ye kan akoma ento yem na enya de say ECG edmeko no aban beton dia ma obi da biarata aban won ton ECG adwuma no emfama obia da biarata nemu de oba ne say wobema ankrankra abam no ma ba be som bi aboa sade be ya ye nka ne ho asem no ebekọ ye ediama yen ebise nyina ye nim to bi adum so ne ade ya kakraka na ekokoso no eno na aban se da bi sa wo ha wo se tuatwa ebise wo kọ kansa adum so asem ya ECG fo ba be ka cho se wo me de ka wama be ka to say we eno mbenya ensam ade ayi ano atro sampa say wo haw no e wo ho na ya mpa nsa mo kan so haw no e wo ho ampa won no enti pam no twa no sade be ya no manyina betima akoye no ye nton emfa ma obi na emom no ye be makwan ama aban no ene ankrankra akontiase apam sade be ya ankrankra ne bamu a wo mo fam de omba ne esu se betima aboa ama Ghanaian kan ye wasam eno atima fa ne toma perfect eno nso an wode wonsam aba beto na no pay na ye mami Chief Justice ai mami Gertrude Araba is about Tokonu ni mfoni ni dan mo say na organized labor and na holiday idea e adwumefo dan wo nso wo mo kan bi e kire mampani do mo ka de kire mampani nyina no say wo mo kwahye mampani e wo kwani a petitions awodo aba suspension ya say mami ya suspend no amobi na take over committee so kwa watie ya ni nyina no e processor petitions no etese mampani fa so na ye mami enuma bia wo musu se enso mo de kwan no waye ya eno nam so a mampani gina so a wo betimi ehwa ne to agua ama akwakotan enchen eno ana organized labor for nso wo mo kwhye mampani e wo no ehunu ntino se wonya daily analyst ko wakrata na bowurama de ekobiara wo kan a wo behum
afei organized labor no mo mpe ba bi ntina me yanwe ye ho
wo mo so atro madini
tie no na I was like asem na wo tworo ye na oye proofreading ansa na wo be kan oye proofreading
eto mo a etoji wo mo a etoji wo ma
just Ghana dey hypocrisy level no anu odin o
me won say e adwenkyere
so dia no oka no dia na omo oka no deliberate attempt wo mo pese wo mo painting picture bi mane ate say president ma ma onya hwe o
die ntia me ka say adwenkyere say
na me bisa say se empo adwenkyere adan na Council of State starting ye no wo ma Council of State momufo advice na Ghana Bar Association e sha ase Ghana Bar Association sha ase na anya yi no e na eyi omo sha ase so omo de ba Council of State so e dey say organized labor di omo ba ji ye pe omo a e wo so omo ba kire wo ma dwe anya organized labor because time ani e hi omo galam say fight ni mu na emu aye den no omo ye disorganized labor after meeting the president Oni ana no kwa me anwe ye ho.
Ente me ka se won say Ghana Bar Association abeka bi. Sis organized by abeka bi.
Enti say Akufo na wati akonya so anka de mo ye nkoma ye.
Ani e.
Akufo do e na wati akonya so a. Ghana for the hypocrite and kasa. Politics inti yanka no kre. Politics inti yempe no kre. Enti say na do dan kwa Akufo do na tia akonya so ne MPP fo. Ah wo mo ehu amo so mo kwa na ye clutch for ma NKOSUO ma sua law. Se wo mo na mo tia akonya so na bibi say yi koso a. Enti nka aha tama na mo yi Charlotte say no Ghana sileba na mo we.
Me say na wo mada.
You see, these are some of the characters. Wamama enipa kasa na akwati say what the yawo be kan say.
Em say no mo di ayisumi enu ahun aduro mo.
Chama ni ya pam Charlotte say na organize leba na mo we.
O mada. Mo
wa sem papa bia ma mo nka ma president into one na mo na mo nyina ho fa ma no toto enkomo bia.
Ebusan for ya to so daily analysis ase ho no mo. Me kan ase wa ko wakrata ne animase ho. What the yewra Albert Kwabena Jonfo. Owura Kwabena Albert Jonfo na ye Central Fokubata and President Penia Watano. The worker Nasa, you will nipa be our Ghana Hanamu, Yamo Airboa promote and Central for your Juma Yano, or more born with Emano Conim, Emmanuel Koyi, and Unti Southon, when we hear Abasubo, so yes, in Paya dia was I ye. Now, when you are so insanity, and to JJ President, HSC, Bonnie Pebin Mabaso, and was a move promote and Central for your farm with ye, ye have been more 88 years or more con ediatia. Enti enam no kasa central for ye benya fa hodie ne ye am ye ho atɔani a na se egiran kasa ho bia nipa binuma fa to homene so ya onum edi ho dwuma afei me kɔ me nsa bonkum so a ma me nkɔ esro daily analysis ho no mo na wɔse ekuro baako ye no ɛwɔ Northtown anempo not a voter region Northtown putam ho no mo ɛyɛ mepe ade zo kpoji ade zo kpoji mepe adizogboji say kuro ya mabodin sama modin ya monfa encheme because area hono menti hobby na kasa no so no eye mepe adizogboji yes nsuo ho ya dia to extent say sabio enipa ne moa ana eche nsuo nom enipa ne emoa ana eche nsuo nom enti nipa ekwa akwasensu na bekọ no na emmoa tietie nsuo no mu na sabi abo agya ne nan ade agu nsuo no mu ansana enipa dasani akwa akosa abenom ebiso no abo no so san nsuo no wonom edi sa wo ye nipa na nsuo ho ye den wo kwa akopa nsuo no bi asa ene wontimi kasa abo no won so ho wontimi pam sa abo ha ye so ho na mesa nsuo because no eho ye ne diem eti ese okọ mepe adezokpogia me no wo kasa enipa ene sabi o emmoa ana nsuo ba ko wo nyina nom enti eno asem ko akrata no so wo de aba hanum sei na owura Emmanuel Amakofibu a honorable wo so for sure my Ghana yensase ene mo gudi ensam so nimfoni da sei wo kasa e de afa wi aba na wi ata so se wo ya lithium project e delay ya se no mo hwese wo mesa hye mu kana sam kai se afie twa mu ko ye ne beto dwa se central region baby afa se wo ya nyame de adom yenya lithium eno so ye natural resources mu baako yesesa lithium we no yetimi dane e de car battery ama wo de sika so a spark na ekọ kama ema me kura sa de ba me kan wasam se me mpre ye ho emfa nkoma abrofo mo mewia ye me kan se honorable ka se we former honorable no Samuel Bujina Paul ka se Ghana ye percentage o me ye 10% to say sen ema no me ka se sad no mo ye they should stop it because say bia omo interest binti enam so mo pressure chenchen enya lithium ejapade ka say this is ye to eboase ne ye treni Ghana for ne ye say your manager pade ye ma abrofo metu a ye benya mfaso pewa wo so nemu we de aba no ye pre ho akofa broni di naba fi se bibini nsa hyase ye obenya bibia di wo munti no ye 10% pe ni wo 90% aka no kwa abrofo because ye beka se ye ne hunim di adi betuo ene kan sha asasena se ne ye ntreni ni pansa nsa ne hyase si ye betu batme kan no ye se ma tre madwen who am I say meka se ye ntwen ana ja omotu ho anamo enti eno no wo pani che se ho nsam edile ye no se said ya ba wo ya ba no wo be hwe na wa mani ma kwa fediam di chato e wo daily analyst ko akrata ni no honorable Francis Xavier Susu MP ya wo no e wo Medina MP honorable Francis Xavier Susu ni wan sam na me kan Church of Christ ni no wo pani kase no e di atudwa se yen supporto yewra John Dramani Mahama na omwana economy no entumi enyina fi se koya ekoyema yenyina eto so mo na bato ampɛsia so ene Ghana fo nyina adwuma fo nyina da obi anya ne fam de moa na yewra Mahama na memu a wobu ye o my Ghana's kasam all the sectors of the economy or person wachichi ne ye no yenyina yen support no na ejina ye na koya yenyina nso obi kan ye and we are doing some people in some kwa sa anati nti oba ya media si kwa krata mu nsam no
all right man pk aye krado nti ye be hwe na yakwa agoprama no so ne yakohwe issues a ekoso ewo park no eso and nti ma ye twa ye ho emra sisi ameba ye be call agoprama issues ekoso.
Eba Muta Motors. Ye wo number one stop shop. Emma wo car related needs nyina. Eba no repairs, maintenance, diagnostics, Emma car brands ahudwo nyina. Ebe te se Toyota, Nissan, Hyundai, any Korea cars ahudwo nyina. Ye be siesie amo akoma toyem. Muta Motors. Ye jidi pa se ahutoswo hia ebe boa me adwuma na tumpon. Enti eba no comprehensive range of services ebe te se car repairs, spare parts supply, and in the diagnostics ye wo na baby yen spare parts shop no e wa boso kan ogina faako na wato cars ho nyoma nyina ehu hiampo se obekwa akochinchini esam wanim fifira bre afei ye home and office services nyina wo de tena office ya na ofie na frɛ ye bema ye licensed drivers no ba betu car no na wo kwa akosiesie wo wi a wo de abra wo asomdwe so. Se wo shoshe reliable and trustworthy auto repair services men shoshe baby Muta Motors ya ba mau yen office ewa Blekuma New Town frey 0244 451776 0244 451776 Muta Motors, we are the best.
Good business means seeing the possibilities and maximizing opportunities. Making sure you have a responsive support system backs your business goals. A partner that gives you a stable platform with reliable connectivity and seamless solutions, and better understands the tools required to take you to the next level. With so many moving parts in running a business, we do our best to provide you with some stability. The only kind of stability you can find with MTN Business Broadband, the fastest and most reliable internet provider in Ghana, making sure you stay ahead and stay connected, because we understand what makes your business tick.
Sign up today on broadband.mtn.com.gh or call or WhatsApp 0244 308 111.
MTN.
OMAN Ghana NKOSUO Sports at the best live on CTV, Ghana's #1. The dear Judicial, pa kwesi PK. Yen share seminar say na every sports and recreation ministry no pay part down no. Honorable Kofi Ide Adams. Only me say abroad Oman Penijo Mahama elsewhere na obedi Ghana so ka say nya dia omo elsum e wona be mu obi abefa first class ticket eje tu kwan eno ena nam so ma minister so kan say sa directives no apply to the sports ministry na otwe wie na papa no kodi nkomo ka obebi say the only time obema the Black Stars of Ghana omo 18 afa first class ticket eje tu kwan no this omo eje the World Cup Kofi Adam nsem enie.
We are all aware that His Excellency the President have talked about no first class flight for his appointees, and I went further to announce that this will also affect the FA and the football ecosystem. But if they win the World Cup, or when they win the World Cup, I am going to ask His Excellency the President to vary this directive and fly the stars from America back home in a first class. And we will organize a district tour to visit every district, because this would have been the first time an African country has made it to that level. I remember we were very young, not so young, when Starlet 91. We did regional tours and streets were named as Starlet 91 streets. So if even one was also in Central Region, Cape Coast, we have street named as Starlet 91. In Accra here, we had some. So if the Black Stars should go to the World Cup and win, I was thinking that you would rather take me on and say, Abe, what is first class when you win the World Cup? We should have been talking something big. I thought that would be the angle they will be taking me on. Surprisingly, they say, oh, because the president said nobody should fly first class. Ask yourself why the president will say we shouldn't fly first class. Because things are not good. But if the Black Stars should go and win the World Cup, are you still going to say that things are not good as far as football is concerned? And so we shouldn't celebrate them? No, I disagree with that. And His Excellency will not extend this situation onto the Stars should they win the World Cup for us. Maybe he may even think that my first class is low, so we should rather charter a bigger aircraft to bring them, because it's not just going to come with a trophy, it's going to come with a lot of things.
Ebusia manko piemu ewo Egypt abho na U20 AFCON NKOSUO ne abo matches ni bia enra na gubi matches ni bi etimi etoja gubi no Nigeria ehye Tunisia 1-0 sanso no my Kenya omo ehye kamenu ema Morocco shem omo eka no emiensa nyame ya adoma ina matches no etoa so eyade se enne no Senegal defending champions omo eni oman ni di Central African Republic edi bebu ni sanso na Ghana eni DR Congo so ebetimi edi ayentam so ewo honomo ebuso nyame ya adoma Ghana game no about 6 PM na sa game no ebetimi atodwa na coach Desmond Offer odi imrante no kwa nenura na squad odi eko tournament nyina odi betudwa na say na squad no ehon nsem so etukopie mu so ewo goalkeeping department na abranti a ohwese nsem AC kwa friend Gideons aseko onu sina kan Emma Dreams FC Said Yakubu osina kan Emma Mediama SC Samson na Patrick Arthur onu so ewo Insupon Fidelity FC we goalkeepers defenders no Ofori McCarthy owo bi Samson da Costa entry Aaron Esel osina kama North Texas SC Nana Kwame Boache FC Shari Star Sport Maxwell Azafokpe Inter Allies Calvin Ahiable Dreams FC Samson na Dennis Mafo S International Ishmael Ado Heart of Lions Hayford Edu Boahen Cheetah FC Abdul Hakim Suleimana Renders FC Joseph Edu FC Sanatitia Samson na Michael Ama Mahama Nice Ibrahim FC Emmanuel Mensah Sonda FC Andus Ejaben Real Sociedad Samson na Lord Afifa FC Stormgrass Abdul Aziz Issa FC Barcelona Ejere Free CD Logo Joseph Opoko Amankwa Sinaka Emma Owari James Sansona Gideon Ana George Tay Nagazi Vision FC Aziz Musbao Dreams FC Ana Clinton Dodo Sinaka Apollyon Lameso nti we any players back 22 a coach Desmond Offer or the wakusi akan ewo U20 AFCON nyame yadwe ne Ghana any dia Congo de bebu ni ewo at 6 PM Ghana time. Ebusiama yenkonko piemu ewo Ghana Premier League na woche wieye na match day 30 bibia ebetimi ahye so anya asem but in fact enano na ehye ase ene ewo TNA Park no eya de se boboko a di medium omoni Vision SC na ebo nyame ya duma Sunday has folk any Asante Kotoko na ebebo Nations FC any Accra Lions or Dr. Kambiche Sports Complex they came United any Lagos Cities na na fosiji abo park ebeba so eduana any Brokum Chelsea ebebo Heart of Lions any FC Samantha defending champions ebebo Young Apostles any Baseke Holy Stars ebebo and a Gold Stars so any Karela United omonso omo edebe yentam so Premier League is a house of folk and Kotoko game like Ghana's version of El Clasico na players El Casa coaches so El Casa house of folk player your friend no Kwesi Asma we didn't come or say players no or my ready player say Queen Biaso no or make Kotoko da Kwesi ada no my Kotoko hu edwuma Kwesi Asma.
Should I say I'm very much prepared? Yeah, very much prepared, and we are looking forward to the game. When you come to the training grounds, you can see we are all ready. We haven't been happy with recent results, but you have to take it game by game, and we have to put maybe that one behind us. And as we are about to approach the Kotoko game, we are very much enthused, very much excited, and we are well prepared. We want to exhibit what we have in us to our supporters. So we will rally for their support and hope that they also motivate us to win the game coming Sunday. We made certain mistakes in the previous games, and the coach always speaks to us about certain things. As a footballer, you need to concentrate 100% till the final whistle. So from our experiences, we are already learning, and we want to take advantage of what the coach has been telling us. For the concentration, it will be there, and we are very
and some house of player Kwesi Asma or to your way and a Kumasi Asante Kotoko manager Abdul Karim Zito saying Yami had Sunday on the winning mentality and I bet to a house of folk Ewo Accra Sports Stadium.
Yes, I play them. They are not the bad side, but sometimes a little bit of luck eluded them when they play. So I think it will be a difficult game because Hassan Kotoko, as usual, is not like other clubs. When they see Hassan Kotoko, you mean in Spain, Real Madrid, and then Barcelona. You know how the intensity, the zeal, the urgency to play, and then so forth. So against Kotoko on Sunday will not be an easy game for both clubs because I'm lucky to be an ex-player that has played against them with the same club Kotoko, and then I've coached against them with Kotoko, and it's not easy. Even if you don't do well in the league, and then you are able to beat Hasselhoff, I think the supporters somehow will side with you a little bit. So I know the game will be difficult, but Hasselhoff and Kotoko till after the 90th minute you can predict. Because look at the first round game, the referee was about to close on the whole game. So, but we are going in with the mentality of winning. For that one, I can't hide it. I'll tell you the truth. And the fellow will decide. And they know him very well that they've lost some time against Kotoko.
Ma yenko piemu awa manane nefa nsem no ensi enura the Europa League in a Conference League no semi-final first leg no etodwa na Europa League first semi-final so say na e call no anja say o de enfa Conference League no enfa ma Real Betis Fiorentina 2-1 ewo Conference League semi-final first leg Anthony of Manchester United on loan ewo Real Betis so she go back on Real Betis enochi Chelsea etimi Drageden ebom 4-1 into way any Europa Conference League semi-final first leg result yanko Europa nankasa and also game etobia say and hunsam eti Tottenham Hotspur etrefie e ma mo echi Bodo Glimt e bo me kamiensa e ma Bodo Glimt ete kan ba ko Manchester United abebi bo wo e na eso omo eko Spain ekoche Atletico Bilbao e bo me ka pole miensa e ma Bilbao ba ko kanu omo ntimi ante. Ebusu aha ana manga na NKOSUO sports e diba sumo CTV Ghana's #1 yedi AC edi amejiso eye pa kwesi PK Ghana fo nyina Obaapa Yaa Titi e de omanga na NKOSUO e to live on CTV Ghana's #1.
Yada si ato aso na pe na yada pikase se wa me yehu de ekoso ewo agoprama no eso na Mensha Juliet Jackson was say which democracy is under attack. You kept quiet, you couldn't write all these things in 8 years, and in 4 months you are saying that the country is under attack. Keep quiet, observe the 38 point okay. Haja Woodie Mekaya Enye Masawood Kumase Bantama or President Mahama government is not focused on solving the challenges confronting this country. He is more focused on settling political score than solving issues of national interest. The okay on also need the hour day by me share comments on Facebook no na making can be at the amount. General Azim was the new regime is taking care of her previous coverage of the dreaded Galamsey. Having the regime then saw nothing wrong with the magnitude of the destruction. Although Mensha Dante will grammar nasi, but I think we are talking about Galamsey issue. And a positive change. Medina was a Ghana Bar Association that only speaks when one particular regime is in power. And Ghana Bar Association, whose position on the legal matter cannot be found in law, may soon be called a Ghana Choba Association. But how could you? Positive. So, suppose Richard, or say, yeah, you have to come and cover Galamsey issues again. No, me bacho enche, me ba montre me kakre, me just 1 month. Na me ntro me exam sin wie me tro wie pem be hu me ngura mu hobiem se me nam mu wo hopam. General Azimo said the wise among this current NPP should form a new party from it, the word to the wise. Or no so na futua what they ma Kifit Club ya say you know muti okromai NPP for Kifit Club. Nyame ne omboafo. Alright, Muta Motors. And I no pay me ne wo eba be di enkomo afiri hom. Me ya sure say nso ye sha ase atotoi. Afa na nkrofo tai se be pa wo mo. Afa na nkrofo ka eba be tim atechemu ne ade. Me srawo oba so ka no ehwo ye den na ensuo a etoi wutika mu pa na nsuo obo because of glass no. Won say ede na ase wo mo wura enkofom. Etu obi wa obamade na oruo na ekosoro na waja ne saa alaje nya de abeba fom biem obi so ode ane de na tu ode ade no no onwan ni sei ye wurade ofro passenger cars ade ma hu nya asem ketoogrofo cars nya okroma eso mo de ye adwuma Muta Motors wo ho beboa ya na me da wo Muta Motors wo ne se adwuma wo ye no ene charge se ya wo je no ya na medwenwa me se alaje me so mpefa so wa hu because card yes say ne boy ye den ma ne party baby aye den it is ye car service amount na we price aye dey je wo Muta Motors e wo say che wo say alaji ne ni abre say ala adwuma de ama no obesom wasom ala because nya sanka alaji o mpefa so ho on pay so because the charges in the me dwene ho amenti ase on pay so e bo Ghana company jim be gina manage me de manu ma bi o e be bo Ghana for ene me bo price ni say wom alaji say o bo Ghana for because won say car wo be use to car na o car say ya frustration na wo kom no enya asem ketwa to be won say car no e sha say ma o science say ya also pay attention to it se be ya eka no emasro alaji mutafo nya ho ye
obia ho ye
ye da nyame ase na no bus kese bia me hu se si workshop ho no woman before na after no and modi kwa share machine bi mu anas because ore car na esi no before pa what you say the same company kwa no map car no
o here car no VW and car product mo ba nipa ne say opese ye ma no
because me say na car dey before and after before the yakra a friend of Matthias and say muta spray in can one the one that will try car spray man here neat no me kire ho am Matthias no pay afa muta say juma mo yam because ye obi ka na say ya so ahwe ne hu adwuma muta for eye e wo ho nti me pa chaw anope wo car na sha se e ma wo science bi a e che car no e be ma problem service engine soon ebeda so pay attention na no ye kan ho asem alaje yanka muta so ho enkomo kakra ne edika be ma location no ne ama numbers na afa ya ba adwuma na mo ye no so number cho ba ase na me hu ye no wo be kire me de na problem na oba ase because oba ase no ni before no na enye kra animu chese bonnet ni nyina ba bi kura bubu me si ka be nkura ni na me hu after no na me si what you call garage price am be bono can I guy motor say chikwa wen
pastor me chia na me chia tiefo nyina ana ahwefo nyina
tiefo jo so
motos ya share ye ewa ablekuma new town
okay
ya ablekuma new town ye ben ablekuma main traffic light
okay
na mum ne pompo so ne ye ni metro go school ana a share war and this baby ufi babia sa school say popular area mo nti unya ka say metro go school obia be kira kwan uduru ho a ye ne share war ofre ya ye be pia free ya yard mo ho na ya ba be fa
okay ye mo numbers na ye di ejuma ho no
ba cho ye use number ba ko pe number ye di ejuma wo motors say ye pass na ope say ye service no ba be ye ni nyina number ba ko pe
okay
0244 451 776 0244 451 776 sa number na 24 hour tem bi obefre bia
ana jokra mo befa okay me patcho ene cheche your home service ni mu yie kakra because one say nkrofo dodo na activities e wo mo so doso ti se bi obetu car no dia ba ho no ya na problem home service na me say ye nyanti ase papa san net ye
ampa home service no ma hu say dia o ka na ye no kre si be na home service
okay
enya sa home service ni say bi a weekend yi wo fie na wo pese wo hia wire service a che wo pese wo sisan oil brake pad plugs any sa no marketing kitchen no home service yes na mum say betu shaft ananse o gearbox change ya no nya home service nso bitimi frɛ mi wo se Obaapa battery ka ho
ka na nya so
nya home service
go bibini bibini wo rob ka na nya so no
nya so
odro no za ka jo sa Obaapa battery
ka ho na be home service man home service engine oil filter air filter air condition filter plugs brake pad
okay
eno no unya boka ne din ya ba ye din ne ma ne nyina beba na ya ba be service na pepepe eno na home service no ba shaft kasa uja boss sana osi ya be no feed empa cho ne de nya home service
abe won say mwada question e be si mitimu keke ona mu say home service na anko function danti ase papa eni no yeah rani yango bo nyame ne yambo afo we de me ye ka na say me bra panyi ona bo German sa ma me po na me frɛ why na ne aye de wa wote ma se dada me po na ma frɛ wo enti alaji home service no wa kire ya me ate ase e kire say ebia o car no oil na gearbox oil go say gearbox no uba se say wasaka ne si wa ma de eche
eno so na me ka say bibi bi e fa oil
ho de
ofre ya de hia say car no say wonim din kwa wo de twa never WhatsApp ye.
Okay.
Nti e ba ye de hu akande nyina beba. Na ya ba be ya ma.
Na mo ka anye so de amemfra laje so ka ka battery bra.
Home service.
O me start ka ne ma. Ye brade nyakopo. E ya asemu. Okay, nti say ya hu ni say no mpacho no wa hye ne so e de amaye. Ka se ben na wo ye hu adwuma.
Mutamotus ka sa ye hu adwuma ye Japan car bia. Ye Korea car bia. Japan car no Mitsubishi, Nissan,
okay,
Toyota,
okay,
Mazda, Isuzu, Suzuki.
I know the one can
go with Isuzu account. I know say Japan car.
Okay. Okay.
The sakas ni nyina Japan cars.
Okay.
Wo the bar, say your engine, say your CSA gearbox, ehun bibia wo the bar, ye hu adwuma be sisi amokama. Na Korea cars de. Kia eni nasefo nyina.
Kia ne ni nuanum nyina.
Omu nyina Korea cars wo the bar ebeye. Na Hyundai eno so nasefo nyina.
Okay.
Wo the bar ni nyina, say ye engine, say ye gearbox, say ye bibia fa ho bia e be sisi ama.
Okay. Eti ya hu ni say no na afi ya hu cars na no VW na nipa ne de bae no. Ada na ka no na ahodwo pa o.
VW no o kan ya me ka kire ne say menye hu adwuma. Enye say yentimi yi o. Ba nka ye product no ho.
Okay.
Ona so wa follow ya che. Nti opese mia na me ye ka no man. Ti me kofa ka na watakwa.
Ei! Takwa ton.
Takwa na me kofa. Ana my
na de kai before ya me hu ye de na say wo ba da kwa mu. Ka na na ja kra o.
Me di 11 hours na ba.
Wo de 11 hours e be duru ara. Ei, ka nie. Wow.
But I said I come. Yeah, ye juma pepe.
Na one catch am so twa spray.
Me bibia.
Ala you spray yo. O twa ka ni spray na me hu before and after na me say ana na no so me hu Mercedes Benz bia.
Yes.
And also na che say hu nye. Eno na for spray nko a.
Eno spray nko a.
Oh, okay.
Eno say ye nye hu adwuma but o say o pese ye man.
Mo ye man.
Ye spray.
Okay, mo twa na spray kama. What ya see?
Kasa yes ye nye hu adwuma no. Spray ni emu interior ndi ye beye. But engine side
ni ye
ko.
No credit de ye pa because nipa de wo ka no kre ma wo ho to. Enti what say the allergy aka ne yasida na esempacho no. But allergy obi wo ho twika na wo te sase ne kasa. Me nim say wo te de make yasia.
Yes.
Ase wo tin wo feel sase no ye dede. Ase ahodo e de na ekoso sa na ma no.
Suspension. I'm saying me can ho asam wa ha.
Suspension, they say.
Yeah, friend suspension because car na say kasa suspension.
Oh za.
Mpacha.
Aye dey to the pass ni bia.
David. Car no ase no enoma bebre na wase. Ye wo low arm e wase. Ye wo ball joint e wase. Ye wo links e wase and e wo shock absorber. Ye wo steer rack. Emu bia ehun tuchima. Obeti de wase. Nti se ka na ase ne ye dede anya se bia normal ne nyina na ase emu baako ana emu mienu na ehu atochima especially lower arm no e bushes wo ho.
Okay.
Nti se unse ye yakwan no enye
ya kwan ne de enye
etia ebema obehya ase ati noise steer rack no susa no susu gaba mu allowance ba we no mu a ebema yes ana link link ni they mostly no say you be service bia yes link no
oh sa
say link no say ya why we obeka say time ni tu e kitiki adekitiki bi o but say ye dede pa
ade ye dede
ase no enoma bibiri na wo ho but enye ni nyina na say bo nti say ye dede sa na e wo say oba na ye check him out e bi osu kwa e greasing
okay
ehun adry nti wo say tutu na di boom na ye fine ebi wo ba kwa on sesan hwe ye grease ya na okọ
oh okay okay
nti nyen ni nyina na ye say bia ade na say ebi ehia grease
ba ye bi wo ye say me pese wo mia ka na say mame eno no ye wo mia de
budget no say oba sesia na say ye hwe na asai na wo mu ahun so obesesan ye okwan ye faso ye betima ye hu adwuma ama wo use ne be bia next 2-3 months and e kana miamia no
oh okay
yes ye wo machine kiti obi e de press budget no nti sa hojo bon sa ahwandi kakra bam
but
sesi ano ye ntam pesa de ne because we ye man nipa no ko ya o ma bi mu
yes o e condemn
na mo be hu ana ka na ta na to nti sesi ye pesa de ne yes because ye de nka ye di boa so fa ye de o pesa we na boa ho o ma iso hu se ta na to
ka ta na to na before the subadi nyamene yamboafo se ba cho wo ho na wo ka no ase ye de dampa cho wo so ti asese e bia na bibi asi wo ase ho anti no sa no de kwa na eja de afidie so ne ya hwe ama kama pa yanka workshop no shop na asem part ben na mo ho because say kwa de wo ntwa kwan spare parts nyina gu workshop ho a
sese a car ntina cars ni bi wa mesi yenye ho adwuma no because a cars no ba mini part ni bi wo
part ni bi
ba cars amabo hu di nyina no your pass no
no ni part bia bi wo
ba na se wo ba be service ya yenkwa bonti bibia wo garage ho aye de be hihia ma
okay
se azova na wo pa ni nyina wo ho bodwenta ehu bibia wo ho wo beto akososo a e wo ho tikas na ya yi say ye hu adwuma de hu bibia de
cars ni Korea cars
ni nyina your pass
ni nyina mo wo ne pass
ni nyina pass a nkoto abonti
me ba cho corporate institutions payment plan da so ye adwuma
ye adwuma pepe pese
because na no bass ya me hu ye de me se me sure say ne ka be kese
abanka car
because
VR for car
into almost say no one payment plan VR for the most ka gini nyina
yes say engine
most say engine oh okay na die nti na ma alaje say obi wo ho na osesa ne car engine a afa car ne ntimi nya adwuma se de kane na wo say ye adwuma so ka engine foforo de
engine na yesesa no obi an kwan ofa so sesa engine obi okoto engine ne ba wo de dada na wo to asi wo no wo yi hu pass ne bi e de bo na say wanya complete engine
ewo
engine na wakoto no na wo se bibia wo hu enti e bia ebo no ne bibi nti na wato na fala to ba wo de dada na wo to asi wo na wo yi hu pass ne bi na de abobo hu nti e ba na sa car no engine en function say there was a function because engine for the sisu a eni kwansen ka wonya problem bia bia na nipa no wanto nyi papa ana say wanya engine say there was a wonya to we na sa e ba ma engine na osesa na obebre ho car no ne nantie ne movement enyi no bebre ho kra nya adwuma
ne yasi bi the engine seat or no oye den
engine seat no
engine awabo seat
engine was seat why I was seat say engine seat ne tia e maka ne fabriti wo de share driver wo de share gear wo say wo feel say
na ho wo so asa akomati asi ne so
ntingi si to say wo adwuma ye na say e tipa ya say dade engine an kasa dade na body ye dade na say akwa dade to dade ntingi si so ye adwuma pa wo ka ho
engine no ya say be 1.2 e be 1.6 e be 1.8 e be na me car na me use no na engine no 1.6 me to 1.8 si mo e be fa
me pa chow
ana won su san so
me advice to say yes sir so car engine 1.6 a say to 1.6 a 2.0 to 2.0 a 1.8 to 1.8 6 to 2.0 no even class say unya problem na oba say diagnose kan ye bre no bi be san wo ho nti wo di machine sisu a machine be kan bibi ka bibi na ka no susu ka bibi foforo nti sa de ne die ya advice say 1.6 1.6
cause obu o se mpese ka ni dwane
and ekwato e V8
enti ka no 1.8 ana 1.6 no wa kona nim kakra na eja wa de engine kase kakra ba bi
almost am shop mo ha dwen because problem no oba e be difficult say obetimi ahu problem na solve in them
ya se
because no be wa asesa wo ho
ka na nte fidie ne kasa fidie no so nte ka ne kasa
wo de fa emfa e bia me fa ne say 1.8 no oil is no but right wakoto 1.6 e be ball left
oi
no switch na ko ball left nti wo de machine se so a signal no onya signal
serious asem na ase ya ka na simple za nkonkofo ye
enya advice na alteration obi be ba so me car na diesel person mede petrol sim and I say petrol person diesel mede diesel sim nyina your help any advisable ton say diesel na so petrol ton diesel na to petrol say petrol so no pe diesel ton petrol na to diesel simple but sa nutrition the emwa
cars na ya de ba krom ha na ne sti a woni fa ne etuba benkum ne ade no eno eya na woye wi a ensunsanso ba ne timi de ba
beginning de na wonsunsanso ba say de pass na ba first nanka ye sti na free right na ba left ye nya wires no set nti ye twitwa so na ya join ni eno na dodo na wonam ta obehu se ka ne gedam Allah because wire na ya join say sha say pro basi ya de nyame adom pass no wo ho nti wo yi a ontwa wire no so obenya direct wire from sa direction na steer rack no so wontwa first na ko mutwa dwani sesi a obenya the same thing wo de bebo sesi a de nimfa ibi
eni ma cho ko ba bi no se wo de ne ye betwitwa mba cho wo wa yira fa ko muta ne yenye ma ai na ese bi ko na nkofo ani abrese sa aka se na ne bo nye den wo ho kese nti ye de ba ne ye be se nya susanso de a na ne ye ko ya na se bae se ba cho yenhwe muta motors ba bi a wo mo ne numbers no 20% ne gusu a eye adwuma bas ye ba ho na no onye bi because ono ya banka
abasu pedis katwati
ai me 20 ne nkoma no ba cho kwa wo so Obaapa Yaa Titi na simi fa me kai mra 20% discount o kwa tofu wogi kani tofu wogu mesre wa alaji e mo numbers ne ma location
me pa cho muta motors number ba ko pe ana edi ye adwuma 0244 451 776 0244 451 baby bia wo bia organa ha ofreya because your crown for the hospital nti ba be eduma no amaw your location e de ye wa Ablekuma New Town ye ni Metro Go School and a share war nti wo ba obetimi kra yusu Google map muta motors
ne pe
edo ba
direct pacho eno mayenda alaji ase ena wa maye ncheche bebre ame yate home service no so afedem ye sure say aye clear amount enti pacho me fra alaji so ba fa batere bra na me ka na start pacho eno nye home service me sira wa me pacho ba mi twa me ho tew emra sisi ame ba Ivan Chey Innocent aba ena favorite store ye nyina ye betena se ne abonko me ba sisi a
Mema wakwaba eba Muta Motors. Ye wo number one stop shop. Ema wo car related needs nyina. Eba no repairs, maintenance, diagnostics, Emma car brands ahudwo nyina. Ebe te se Toyota, Nissan, Hyundai, any Korea cars ahudwo nyina. Yebe siesie ama akoma atoyem. Muta Motors, ye gidi pa se ahotoswo hia. Ebe boa me adwuma na tumpon. Enti eba no comprehensive range of services. Ebe te se car repairs, spare parts supply, and in the diagnostics ye wo number one. Enhwe baby a. Yen spare parts shop no ewa aboso kan ogina faako no wato cars ho nneoma nyina ehu hiampo se obekwa akochinchini esam wanim fifira bre afei ye home and office services nyina wo de tena office ya na ofie na frɛ ye bema ye licensed drivers no aba betu car no na wo kwa akosiesie wo wi a wo de abra wo asomdwe so se wo hwehwɛ reliable and trustworthy auto repair services men hwehwɛ baby a Muta Motors ya office ewa Ablekuma New Town Freyen 0244 451776 0244 451776 Muta Motors, we are the best.
Introducing the new Jamal washing powder with multi-enzymes that helps remove stubborn stains.
It has a nice fragrance. Not harsh on my hands. Foams easily. And removes stains well.
Oh, I see to be.
Ma, you brought 5 big sachets of new Jama washing powder.
Yes, ma.
It really removes stains. It has a nice fragrance.
Yes, ma.
Then add 30 sacks of Jama washing powder to your engagement list.
Hey.
Jama. Yes,
ma. New Jama washing powder for cleaner, fresher wash. Your partner for clean clothes. This advert is FDA approved.
Alive soap, alive soap, alive soap.
Just like how it takes a refreshing bath with Alive soap to feel its pleasant fragrances.
The soap I want and need at the end of every day.
Leaving you with soft, smooth, and fresh-looking skin.
You make me feel alive, you really brighten my day, my day.
Available in lemon, coconut, rose, and aloe vera fragrance. Alive soap. Feel fresh, feel alive.
Once upon a time, people believed what others said, especially in the news. Not so simple anymore. Looking for the truth in the big news stories, eager to separate the wheat from the chaff, ready to ditch the propaganda and lies to get the facts? We've got you covered on Facts of the Week. Facts of the Week is the program that separates the real from the fake, the substance from the clutter, and the true clear voice from the deafening noise. Presented by the brainy, bold, and beautiful multiple award-winning news anchor Valentina Oferefi. Facts of the Week. Evening from 6:30 to 7:30 right here on CTV, Ghana's #1. Also streaming on Facebook and YouTube at MyCTVGH. We find if we seek on Facts of the Week. Facts of the Week, your trusted source for verified news.
Say dear Mako Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic. Ako who dear Tue Mankasa. Enti come and says me Obian Trasima stroke we then can to them bio.
Some make a show now what you chon homeboa. Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic. Was sayar webi to say hypertension, Obani Bema war power, diabetes, John Somu Yadie, Koko, make Kanimejadie.
Oba me sija and Nancy Mameshia Siemani Kasimubuyan. Greenfield Adaruma and Omatwa Trauma Day, you know Pakasiania, the Spana Koda Yajma was an antibiwi.
Greenfield were ultra modern laboratory, any diagnosing machine. What is kind of human system no? Was signed on a Jinkwa Garlic Plus, a boosted immune system, na sign AMA BP.
Obia halitosis, ananka mwani wane numuno, onfanko Greenfields, no betting is say te.
Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic. Womu wanungwa adogon last stop Estate Junction. For 0243 983906 and now 0261 651898.
Greenfield.
God is our healer.
Greenfield.
Your last hope.
Excellent furnishing in a real estate business is a great deal for survival. My struggles as a young estate developer were cut short when I discovered Fernart Ghana. With quality furniture made from the finest woods and amazing after-sale service, Fernart Ghana changed my story with every single home I built. It's a one-stop shop that serves the interests of clients with a variety of living room and dining sets, solid wood kitchen installations, wardrobes, doors, cabinets, beds, pergolas, floor parquets, and many other wooden products that will last a lifetime. With Fernat Ghana, all clients are offered the opportunity to customize furniture to their specifications, and the smile on their faces says it all. Thanks to Fernat, now your home can look beautiful with furniture that would last for generations. Visit Fernat Ghana today and share my story. Locate us at Ganiba Estate, Osu, Accra, or call 0303 966085 or 055 278 4097. Think wood, think Fernat.
Good business means seeing the possibilities and maximizing opportunities. Making sure you have a responsive support system backs your business goals. A partner that gives you a stable platform with reliable connectivity and seamless solutions, and better understands the tools required to take you to the next level. With so many moving parts in running a business, we do our best to provide you with some stability, the only kind of stability you can find with MTN Business Broadband, the fastest and most reliable internet provider in Ghana, making sure you stay ahead and stay connected because we understand what makes your business tick.
Sign up today on broadband.mtn.com.gh or 4-308-111.
MTN.
Yada say ya to aso no pay e dia ma baby a wo bia live wo Facebook my CTV GH ubetibi adwane conversation no wo ho na wonso wade wadwen kire ato so e dia ma me ye kwayanim no ne yakenkan ne kama e de amount ye live onso wo YouTube say the YouTube no e dia aka ho pachowa yero ho na be follow na fe ye nyina ye ntimi enko ye nim mebra panyi Ivan Choi Innocent e wo ha enche le listo wo ebe join ne yen Innocent boko de
nyame adom
na de me anuma tu ase because they are sure say Friday pa ye do ko weekend de ya na activities e wo mu edoso pa nyame aya adoma ya say share de na say weekend mu ade yesie no last weekend na be si na ye
Aja o complain ye. Obviously complain ko ha na complain ya no.
All right, NT and your issues we bra ya be discuss na me sure say so many activities e koso e wo kronomunti ye responsibility ni say ye nyina ye be digest ya analyze na yetimi akoyanim asoman. But another ye be di kan e di hu nkomo ye Ghana Bar Association wo mo stand say so mama in two stand. Because na first one no almost say almost the president here and was confined with the law and now almost catch Ghana for say my hu kwan na mra no enye adwuma ye ade chi no mo san be kan asem foforo say afi kra de asem no wo mo ne president nya adwen wo bu mra so wo mo de court any ade to Ghana Bar Association am in two stands and na honorable afanya market say ono so organize demonstration e de etia anamontu na NKOSUO say suspend the Chief Justice. Enra organized labor ye to omudi mre bi this organized labor May Day womonso program na say womo kasaye say omone president nya adwen enti suspension no enka on train sign. So many issues around this article 146 Council of State any committee na ya set so omonye nwa adwuma no aba ewo ho Innocent.
Yeah. Asemo the dika ma mencha watie for we say Friday day and time pm but here we are for God and country.
Sure.
And my menka say ye kase ye chichiro man ya da bia me kase it will take the collective might and the collective effort of us all.
Yeah.
Those in power and those outside power, civil society organizations, carpenter, driver, wine, ye nyina, ye collective effort and ye kikambom and ye the teacher of mine. By the discharging this collective responsibility, no, we need to be very candid, we need to be very honest, and we need to be very dispassionate. Okay. Now issues no ye confront here, ye fan no kre, enye ye nema. Ghana Bar Association ne stands on this Chief Justice issue na ekoso me until recently kwana minim se san Ghana Bar Association edaso ho.
Oh, are they?
Oh yes, because in the last 8 years yahu the atrocities akoso okroma saying the assault on the foundations of our democracy in this country, individuals who have been hounded, the integrity of the very judicial of which Ghana Bar Association has always been part, has been on the offense downward offense has slide. Every single pool, every single thing be about a judiciary just air time. Now we Ghana Bar Association at that moment could not find its voice. Nema na NKOSUO kroma various attacks in Nemahuna na NKOSUO court ruling na sebi eba na nyansa nim and there. General public were rising, asking critical questions. This institution was very silent. Again, the president on several occasions, President Akufo-Addo, under his time, flouted the constitution of this country to the point where Dominivo issue, you know, court to say the president action were deemed unconstitutional. Samra or yes, I never. This uncle for almost a minimum. Say not on a single occasion, and I will see on my voice. Say. You have numerous appointments and NKOSUO our Supreme Court bench. Appointment and President Akufo-Addo a known partisan individuals. Among for them, Papa or MPP ni uko whole central. Oko contest. It is not about whether the person qualifies or not. We are dealing with society. Civility is key. Bringing me on board, you know, will taint the integrity of the judiciary. Ghana Bar Association could not found their voice under these horrible circumstances. Once again, here we are change of government. Now President Mahama go through processes. Man for their brother or all of a sudden, then the dogs are backing once again. Oh yes, sir, nobody will take you serious. So for me, they are just barking. You understand? Just making noise for people to hear them. But as it stands now, they've lost their essence. They have no reputation. People don't respect them. People don't regard them. And into now various social media platforms, there are several people who have had their voice or found their voice on this matter. But Ghana Bar Association alone is going through a lot of ridicule, being because among for them said they are not credible. This is a political movement, not a bar association that is there to ensure say free and fair whatever rule of law. It is a political tool, a rogue one that is being used by some individuals for a particular agenda. And for me, that is what they are. It's the reason why people don't assign any seriousness to them. Yeah, this is a legal institution. Obaapa catch and say, "Dear President Ayano, it's Yamra and the unresigning decision." Oh, have rejoined a statement no They could not. They say they could not assign a single reason. It's just a President Mahama Abu Mraso, and for that matter, you know, suspension or the message no onyai. We are not talking about coffee makers, so we are talking about lawyers. We are talking about lawyers are talking law. So you should premise your argument on constitutional grounds. Infraction, legal infraction, said way now NKOSUO President Mahama Fumwe, the processes has been outlined. And it's in line with the constitutional provisions as outlined in the Constitution. There hasn't been a single deviation from any of the provisions. And again, Nipana are part of the process. Mo AD na omo president asene just to ensure that this process goes through. No, these are not any individuals. So we are talking about individuals. Former Chief Justice at the bench, no so. A former Supreme Court judge and these are individuals that President Mahama cannot manipulate them. So for these people to go through the evidence that have been submitted, now Omoa running into a conclusion that there is merit to this particular way, and the president can go ahead and form a committee. The president did so, and again, so the rights are president the constitutional frameworks, had that discretion. Emma President only he alone can exercise that discretion. And he says when the committee is set up to investigate the Chief Justice, the president may, that is a discretionary injunction that is imposed on the president or power and the president has activated it. Ghana Bar Association has no power. They have no authority to order and answer call President Mahama to resign that decision. You can only beg him because that is a discretionary power that is imposed on the president, and only he can exercise that power. So how dare you sit somewhere and say, your friend say, "Oni who to me na, obi any who can suspend the chief justice." Then I'm asking them, say, if I take you back to 2020, 2021, 2020 area, however, Abraham Manasseh, your friend say. Anas, an investigation now. Committee no find said there is a premier facier in the defense case now. The command President Akufo-Addo. Why then did he suspend your friends judges? He suspended 4 judges and eventually sacked them. At the time, I suspended your mono. Now, so at the time, Ghana Bar Association never find anything wrong with the move by the president at the time or exercise that discretionary power to suspend your friend is saying way for no judges no. But today the same process is being activated that all of a sudden these people are backing like dogs as if you said they are relevant. But I'm kase so one person need to take you serious wa ho kwan fa so abebo abrabo some meeting no mkoye no kra no over 5,000 lawyers in I'm told say around 52. That tells you how unserious this whole institution is. You understand? And in some more can be for me, because there is no single reason, there is no logic, there is no sense, and again there is no legal backing, legal basis or any constitutional basis for any of the argument they are making. That is what I'm saying. They are just backing like dogs. Because as many people will take you serious when you premise it, oh, President Mahama breached this constitutional provision. And for that matter, no, the president need to. He has done this. And these are lawyers making. But if lawyers are talking like coffee makers, just assumptions, suppositions, just throwing things, just like that, people will not take you serious. So if the president even want to go by your directive, that he has breached any of the constitution, point to him which aspect of the constitution and what breach, so that we all come here and say, oh, president breached this constitutional provision, and for that matter, no, there is the need for him to bring the Chief Justice back. But if lawyers are talking like this, I tell say they are being driven by emotions, and when you are driven by emotions, you lose your senses. You talk foolishly, and for me, that is what is driving them. I'm for a way. But these are institutions that is supposed to be part of the foundational, your friends say, organizations. A bit boy, I'm here, dear minor. You expect to say they will be very intelligent, they will be very smart and very way. But sometimes you listen to people on TV and you wonder, say, we are telling you because sometimes the way they speak, you even wonder, you understand, you've seen a couple of them on TV. Sometimes you identify the credibility of our legal defense institutions in this country as to whether the kind of actors, morality and those kind of we are entitled to belong to whichever political party of our choice. Nobody can take that thing away from us. But when you want to engage in public discourse, be mindful that you are speaking to intelligent minds out there, not gullible fools. So assembly must be, your friends are factually coherent, must be premised on something substantial. I have a manipulator. Asama Branty. And again, the basis of the petition, my culture says it has no partisan inclination. For instance, police in the make a way. This is a police officer. As some started takrade. Your friends say beach front or takrade and our town. Now on town cry, Brunino call Netherland, and the girlfriend called 4G Brunino documents. And over Thomas, I send the man, your friends, a police officer, and author. As some local causes some power of a tone now or buying the tone, property in the man Bruni, and the man, a police officer, and a forgery. And I will do some good police in as a lawyer, no, a senko due diligence. One thing of once in order about Supreme Court. Supreme Court, na yes, some bugu ni swa, or the Chief Justice Konya Banta. I hold back and forth for my chain no two ma or there some course raja and they work out petition thereby at the president and in this particular case, which aspect of it in a President Mahama involved? Because a personal beef between the Chief Justice and a police officer who is a lawyer out in the other petition also talk about your friends infractions are also I don't know and you've been a troyo a audit service and Kasa a institution of Ghana accredited and a quiet Judicial service, more audit and who these infractions and will be a chance on these infractions and our the rules and the Yan and several other courtroom near Akoso. So in any of these instances, be no bet me say ebia NDC ni bia na so obi na search na so we na search until so obi nya sa near no. Let us dwell on the facts being raised in this petition.
One of the petition, court, high court, rulima, BBG abo. Say you're reinstating back today, and no say ruling near the buy and
yes. That is the third petition from Sunshine, that group called Sunshine. So who read that petition? The yet me go court, court is a court on just air time, near my womb air time. So some of these near my wedding in can be and over the years, the integrity of our judiciary, has been sinking. And as a country, it is our sacred responsibility and our constitutional duty as people to ensure that we sanitize this institution. That is the clarion call by a larger section of Ghanaians on the president, and that's exactly what he's doing. So what the hell is going on? If Ghana Bar Association, an institution, Ghana for free, say baby, and anka constitution, kakrebu kuroma say, nka lusu democracy. They never found their voices. So over now, people see you become a bunch of hypocrites. Nobody will take you serious. Over the years, when the Nimsa Adebukura Ukruma FN Ghana Bar Association, all of a sudden, people knew that when John Mahama president, and they will come back, and shamefully here they are once again barking like dogs. The question is, all these years, not Ghana democracy is sinking to a point, and Ghana for wanted a military rule, even more than democratic rule. Where were they? Their duty is to ensure that we safeguard the foundations of our democracy. Where were they? These are legitimate questions any sensible person. You see, this emotional campaign being activated by these people, for me, is a senseless one. Nobody will take them serious. And maybe they don't know. President Mahama this time around is a different Mahama. He's not someone who will fall for some of this nonsense. He's not somebody who will fall for some of these theatrics. He's determined and focused on what he's doing. Because the mandate that has been imposed on him by Ghanaians is far bigger and larger accident. He cannot afford to fail the people of this country. So as long as the people of Ghana want institutions to be reset, he will do so. And he will not default because the very moment of a default, and for me, he's focused. And for the MPP as a political party, I say, oh yeah, way. These are shameless bunch of individuals. They have lost cause. They have no credibility. There are people no serious mind will take them serious. Party na lusu, a very embarrassing faction. I expected they would just go back and then do self-introspection. The thing is that you may be dissatisfied with the turn of events. But the question is, in seminar for is it legitimate or it is not legitimate? And process here, under your turn, you follow through and you do the same thing. And because it is John Mahama today, already as president, leaving the powers a constitution in the man he cannot exercise. Now, no, me catch yourself. NDC time. Professor Mills appointed your friends Mame Loretta, your friends Lamte, as your friends Shraj. Another prayer, and one Richard Newman, a petition President Mahama said, Mamina Disika. President Mahama set up a committee to say, we are almost set up your premier for the at the end of the day, the president sacked the woman appointed under NDC by Professor John Eva Santamels. Went through the process. Now, even in opposition, then submitted a petition to the same John Mahama. He followed through. Now, was sacking Nipana. Now, or baby doing this no be. And the petition bar. What are you saying is that that person cannot already own or because of Nipa. And again, Chief Justice na Adumana Oye what people should know is that there should be a clear distinction being a Supreme Court judge and being a Chief Justice. They are two different things. This is a judge clothed with administrative powers. So you are more than a judge. So the decisions and the choices you make, our administrative impact effect. And if you do anything contrary to rules of engagement, you can be penalized for that. But don't assume say you are being penalized because you are a judge. No. Administrative duty that has been given to you. Sadian and doctors in teaching hospital. The person is not being punished because he's a doctor. He's being punished because a doctor being given extra administrative duty. And administrative duty in the discharge of it, he has defaulted. And that is why he's being punished. You understand? So, what you want to say, what would need clarity of thought? Now, if you want to do narrow thinking, if you don't want to do expanded thinking, if you want to go linear way, this is the way you think. And sometimes I feel so surprised and ashamed when I see old men with BS sitting on TV calling themselves lawyers, talking rubbish. Sometimes when they speak, they appear more confused on issues of law, even more than a coffee maker trying to understand law. That's what I'm saying, sir. Because sometimes some of these people, because honesty any their part into Ghana na with me sorry time about two lawyers back on the same issue. Interpretation depending on baby obi agina across the political the same classroom, learn the same thing. But because of dishonesty, they will never agree on anything. And in some more kind of, it's not driven by nyansa, it's driven by emotions. And that is why we are not moving on. But for me, we learn law just to advance the progress of society. Yeah. But in our part of the world, you could see a lot of
yeah.
So, oh yes, you could see a lot of TV. So now, so society has no impact. And so I think the president needs to remain firm, resolute, and stay on course. Because for me, as enshrined in the 1992 Constitution, as outlined in Article 146, the president as of now has never and has not breached anything. One, or say a petition will have to be submitted. But the petition will have to be forwarded to Council of State. My culture said that is not a discretionary injunction, that is a constitutional injunction on the president. There are not people we can bulldoze at them and influence them. These people sat on the petition, and according to some sources, which I doubt though, because a significant number of the people agree, say, there is merit in this petition. We cannot just discharge it, we cannot throw it away. So, Mr. President, let us form a committee. Judges. And what is your beef? A demonstration MPP for to what end? For what? So this emotional campaign, and I say, Ghana for a very mature individual. So you see, you can do all these things. And I'm a catcher. IGP says, "Obi a demonstration with Kroma. He should never stop anybody. He should allow anybody who wants, because that is the constitutional way. But Ghana for are smart now. They can discern between propaganda and your friends say what is actually the fact. Because so oh, cancer man for quiet demonstration because processes has been activated to remove Chief Justice. Who basis in the saying, and then a Chief Justice and I am a writer, or be I am wrong. And now, why they be wrong will be that should be the basis of being quiet demonstration. These are a major part of our politicking in this country has always been premised on emotions. Because we know we are dealing with a bunch of emotional, unintelligent people. When we shout, they will come out and follow us. But through these platforms here, these advocacies, young people are becoming largely and increasingly enlightened. And they are getting to understand politics. You cannot be calling people out for a foolish cause. Trust me. People might want to know why we want to do this, why we did this, why we want to do this. And at the end of the day, if you are unable to provide reasonable and legitimate basis for your actions, trust me, nobody will take you serious. That is why I've been telling you that a time is coming. There are many people who have, over the years, been deemed relevant on the political stage. Yes, because the people were emotional. There are a lot of people on original political platform, they will fade away like a morning dew because they have no relevance. They are there because the people were not smart, the people were not intelligent. So they couldn't figure out that we were dealing with a bunch of idiots. But when people become smart and very intelligent, they will know them for who they are. And for me, these people to take the bull by the horn and make sure that my culture says this Ghanaian dream is possible, but nobody can make it apart from ourselves. We need to be active participant and lead a charge because you say future leaders leading this conversation. How can we sit here and allow grown men who will be living tomorrow to make that decision for us? We need to be active participant and shape the future we want, a future of our own design, a future of our own creation, so that when we get there, we know say this is what we created for ourselves. And fortunately for us, there are vast majority of young people locked with talent in us for them. How do we do all these things to ensure that the politics will benefit people? But always, this senseless emotional politics, young farm for na media and also instead of them to just look at the issues and address them, because say MPP focus on bad demonstration on better platforms. I will ask them, what are your bases? If the person is not able to provide any sensible reason, you sack the person from your platform. Because apart from that, anything they are doing is an emotional campaign. And politics has no space for emotions. Emotions is a result for Obia, or you're depressed, and somebody who is unreasonable. But at the intellectual table, there is no room for emotions. Oh yes, you do away with emotion, zero emotion. You deal with fact, evidence, and then as a forum. But we've given prominence, oxygen of publicity to some of these individuals, and quote unquote, they think they are very relevant and sensible. Yeah. This guy, yeah, say, oh yeah, Tafo MP. Yes, he's all over the place. And I'm the cockle, there is no single reason somebody cockle, but because the media will give him that coverage. Oh, what they call court? Go to court based on what? A president, because is the president barred from exercising provisions as outlined in the constitution? The president has that sole power and the discretion to exercise those powers. And the media will there is absolutely nothing. So I think
Charlotte said there's a court.
Yes.
Emma Godfrey Damiko echo defend say a seminal crown could me up with them 5 years who is saying yeah president to crow when the mobile was second.
Yes, because with him constitution, you know, and I'm the nature of our constitution now. Here, practice an executive presidency, where the president is clothed with enormous power. That power are very overriding to the extent until the constitution be put to full stop there. No, nothing can stop the president. And in this regard, the constitutional provision, you know, explicitly where any implicit interpretation, explicitly on the face of it, when you read. It makes sense. The clarity is there. You know that these are the roles that has been assigned to the president, and these are some of the things. You see, some of the constitutional provisions are such that when they appear a bit vague, we can invent procedures and instruments to streamline it. But it doesn't mean say you can forgo what the constitution has actually written. So, president say, constitution say obi the petition against this person. These are the line the president will have to walk. John Mahama from day one has been walking through the same way. Ghana Bar Association, if you have any concern, premise it on something reasonable, something sensible that will call people. Oh, Adia Papa Noyan and yet speaking against. But as it stands now, there is no single sensible justification for what they are doing. So for me, these people they are just barking dogs. Nobody should take them serious. Among themselves, oh yes, there are lawyers in this country who don't regard the Ghana Bar Association. They don't respect them. They are own people. It's a reason I'm calling meeting now. You're saying an association of about 5,000 members. Exactly. It tells you they don't even regard the institution. So it's a lesson. I'm sending a message to lawyers in this country. You see. No winning. Dodo na elusu on grounds. You can go to court.
Chief Justice or Brom Braswana is he above the law?
No, sir. When Makacha said Kroma said. Only said Kroma no say issue bar. Kwanya petition no file so eliki no. Chief Justice enimu. Kwanya all trone letter eda kwakoma president Mahama say man a copy eliki no he na onimu because you need to fight if you go through the constitutional line we can win. So let us activate a bit of emotions. Oh John Mahama bana na why na Jane say when you sway the conversation to that particular line you gather more muscles in terms of politics to be able to fight. But if you are going strictly by the constitutional provision, you won't have enough. It's the reason why MPP has become a backing dog. A dog that is providing the vocal way for them and shouting all over. What are your bases? What are your reasons? There is absolutely nothing sensible that they can offer to justify why they are doing what they are doing. So for me, I think some of us are very focused. I will never sit here and support anything unconstitutional that is being done by the president. Or from Emra, we will go after him, we will criticize him. But as it stands now, nobody. Ghana Bar Association, this is a legal institution. They could not even one. MPP, as of now, has not been able to. All that they are saying is that John Mahama can say Oba or Besaki Chief Justice and the fact is that majority of Ghanaians in this country are very worried about the reputation of our judiciary. We can't live in a country where majority of the people will feel dissatisfied the way a man a judiciary operating. A time will come, they will not go to court. And for me, that is something very dangerous that we need to kill. Investors are coming. if investor or back criminal say, oh, the judiciary is very corrupt institution, you think they will bring their monies? Do you think they will bring their monies? They will not. Aban society, you see that dollar has become a bit stable. Do you know why? I want to say identity because investor confidence is a bit strengthened. So Obia or any business can say, okay, Aban society, let me bring my investment here. That is why there is more dollars coming at Emma stabilizing. So if we don't do things to sustain the confidence of winner, another day, we lose our clout. And for me, we need to disregard these people. Ghana Bar Association has demonstrated time and time, say, for them, they have no reputation. They are very dishonest class of individuals. Nobody should take them serious. And for me, that is what it is.
Okay. Bradley Sowell, Abada, Bama, for way and Chamnamen CID boss Abaso. Me woman say me ne won komo bi aye di aye ndi wiye but me born Abaso waya de because obi na go say akwa me so say ade ati wenti mi anye no di adon ko ba ya wa be I think say nyame aya adom there was a video na circulate social media just say mami bi a wo kan the concept say kidnapping. I don't know if you people chance on that particular video. I think na Ghana ni ba ko na afi alata ni ba ko na nyame ya dom ama kidnappers no yetimi achi wo mo rescue enkofo na omo ewo video dum no enti yemmo CID boss Lydia Donko Abaso waye adwuma pa. We know where the girls are. They are safe. They are one who is sending ya look. Good information about the council. They don't go. Mama can be and trouble and say, we know where the women are. We know where they are screaming. As we do, man, if a fair family are kidnappers in our rescue, we involved. No, and it's CID boss who couldn't say I the best see what they are saying. No boom. Sa abaya no se Ghana jollof se hwan no odi nkwa asem wo social media abeta no akọ no ene ye ka na se ba ku bi na ono so ka ho na odi nsem hunu no omo nsem fun no omudi ye no omo de be ba chofo omudi to stop list so investigation aya kire se omo ti UK ene omudi nkwa asem eti for omudi to stop list so se be ya enfie du kra be chi na we on my way can say get interpol kra chi omo da mo hide behind social media di nkwa asem sa Lydia Donko yebo wabaso wabo adwuma se ya na abekọ ne dia Ghana for yebe filu mi filu pa enti CID boss Lydia Donko nyame wo hiraw na onye okese alata for de so amoni yenti kroma idi se moni se ya na wo mbedie nenso wonya CID boss papa wonim na adwuma na chese kwan bia so no ba bia mo hye bia wose etimi chi wo mo nti yenyina no pe yebebo CID boss Abaso say waye adwuma ne yewe wa mekasa anye dede bebre ti said obi ya press conference hey se anu wo mo boade nyina ya lo nyame ne ye boafo dali so wa kwa ba yeah now so na de mo sheda na
great minds they say
hey semuni o bebra ya mi so mo vinvin
me so innocent
yeah we dey make bia me innocent we dey obaso dey shut out
so dey asem to me oh me you man so enye ye
anyway me pass here to me discuss confession to na ekoso nti Bradley so a quick one ye hwe Ghana Bar Association the two stands omodi amaye the first one was President Anamona Wotufa Chief Justice we no is in line. Another one you who no massa press conference say omne president nya in fact asem no crombe some the court na president nya de oye no enra organized labor disorganized labor Mayday no omo kan wasem say president Anamona Wotu no omne ne nya adwen enti won twe and sign and reinstate Chief Justice back. There are so many conversations around the suspension. Don't forget Afenyo Marken the Motu is on course.
Mame fa kunya iso na mentia tiefo ne ahwefo na mentia menia innocent na memmo so abaso wonchiem na se du da bi na honam ye mere kura na mfa nche na sunsum lepe
honam mo mere
we menya nro ha ise emro afo mienu
ne ahemfo bi wo Kumase omo se omo ahwɛ TV saa omo ntemenka
sana mabodi
nam se
unya mai wa late
nam kwaso na omo se we de omo pamecho me nka me ho na me mra na me so me fa madwen kire metudwa e kire se udwumadi a wodi no kwa kire papa
nyame ne da na se
and sabi obi ahwe kura me nko ame de bu fi amehwe pa
me da se pa
yo mana ya wo ye na ya na mehwe bi Baby kai oh say amman yosem aye ya bia am say do be bia ye refie ho woni o ma bi ho na o ma ho kwan ma obi bo pa se ko ne fa wani mo nyamo anyame dia ma no ko jimi a nipa nso betwi wanim ma sabi o jimi no edadi ma o de ahobrasie mu ehun se wajimi. There are so many things in this world that ehun hia say nipa di nani mo nyam be kwa akotwitwiri fom ewo ho.
Okay.
Titiri ne say esise otirimu fan a kina mai wonku.
Okay.
Abra wo be hu se kina mai ku nipa no. Eje se kina mai no. Wo hu se nipa no wadi dwirim ana wadi bone. Aye ni amon ho aye ni ambrasam. Ama enioma hodo a se fata se nipa ebeginya nyina so ewo so e de aka nipa nanim no yenya ebowa ene ne de ato ne onyame ohun nyansa se utie the word na u interpret ya eye two words and ya kan bom nya ansa nyansa
okay
it is a woni bi na say a board say the Joshua abo akokọ na obi bia obeye bia no ejimi na ebia no wanyini na obo say nkwala a sabi nyankopon adom omu nyansa no omo esansa wo wanhwe nyansa ntino na omu be kire nyansa e wo bedwam because one ye nyina dedi obedwam say wadwini no eye sabi ketekete ti say anoma ba moku oh say
mamna mo ne ba ya ahia na moku
na oh say ade ni nyina ne say obi a wo kase bia ntimi nkire say omampani John Dramani Mahama ni monyam ni ebia emra we ni na wafom Ghana ya ye wo hoyi Ghana is nothing without our constitution sene se yesi ya to constitution egu a ebeye soja aban ana se bia me na epoku na bia me di aban na nimu a memfa constitution ni nya adwuma because me tu constitution egu etu emu president because constitution no and the president obi a occupy public space ni bia na constitution na ama ne saa enti we are a creature of law enti no sa wo ye bibia argument e wo wi ase a o mind ti asema Ghana mu a base your arguments on the law tell me say o mampani e ba ye no waye A B C D a wan famra kwan so na yeye
okay
na fe no wo de wo so utirimu po ensem atudwa na a lawyer fokuo all my culture say is the most useless association on this planet called Earth. The Ghana Bar Association, yes, Maka. It's on record. And I still maintain that position, say, until say omube live up to their expected or expectation, you know. Public no. Yeah, no, yeah, call law school. Even though Sebio, Yeshua Emra. Yeah, lawyer for. Na me answer na me metimi agye atum say yes obi ye lawyer ni no. Na e wo so oye lawful.
Okay.
What ma say? So kuani kwa afuom so wokoda. De nche e friend kuani no nyese kan na ekura no no. Eye na afuo na eda ho no a waye no. Eno na ma ne ye kuani. Second year, I would do for class kind. And you just who say we class kind kwa so we kuyani. Kwa na fu.
Okay.
A lawyer for no. E dey no mo ye. Muni nipa was nka mo kra no. Mo trumpet how I was nipa ya lawful. Law abiding citizens. Entino se omanpani eye bibi na ebia otietia emra so a ma ba bonten ma beka se omanpani ade we ya wo ye no yehu ni se e wo se enka wotie ofa mra kwan so. We had one of them, very useless one, of course, very lawless lawyer as president. In the S1 regime, the leader of government, the leader of this nation was one of them, very useless to the core. Omumra, omunipa, omfanipa nyehwe, otete nipa fa ahudie so, wato mra kene, eye de ono pe. We had a rule of man instead of rule of law, and the Gufado, who is one of them. Look at how the Bar Association hail worshipped Akufo-Addo when my own brother Eyawe Tampon was president. Another very useless one. So when we discuss the Bar Association, sometimes it's so hurtful. Say we have not found another branch of an association. You be nyansafo what Ghana how we lawyer for more mako join. And you know both nyansafo and nkwasiafo are in the association. Now if you find yourself in such an association, you have to see say the association begins its uselessness, and to the core it has maintained to be one of the most useless associations in this country and in the world. Omo camera nkwasiasem kwa no moti no mudie. They brought out a statement that make cramp no me criticize say ebi ana enne na afa no mahu nyansa.
Yeah,
now, in the past no, yes, in the past no, and you mo ye nyina no, I had too partisan, and I can tell you and beat my chest to say the association was nurtured and or birthed and nurtured by the MPP. NKOSUO association in Biano, a MPP na share and omoye. Go and look at the presidents of the association in the past. MPP from Kwa, Ubenya and this near Baku Munubi. And Okromo de Neba, they go behind the person to make sure say they play puppetry. The person becomes a puppet and they become the puppeteers, and they make sure say Ukoliko de Beka say na obeye. So akoye MPP a legal branch. It be NKOSUO my we no. They forget the law and make sure say they abide by the dictates of the party called MPP. Now you're in this now you're member of the Bar Association. You are also showcasing your stupidity. And what's that we are in this now you Cap Ghana Bar Association. Munina no more renounce who free mu. Na mu kwati mu kuo. Yes, because it's a wing of the MPP. Okay. NKOSUO Jogate yire. Jogate na no ye MPP minister na ye yi na die no. Na oko election no lusu second na ochinchim mra FD free ayensu nsem Dr. Professor ayensu nsem no. Ono ne yire. Na ye Bar Association the president. So imagine say ne yire Jogate yire na Bar Association president a nyansa ben na sabi e wo fie ho a wode bi ba oman ni mu Jogate na ye kunu no nyansa ben na wo Jogate tirimu a wode betete ne yire say me yire a wo ye association president okọ akoka nyansa sem na Ghana fo ntie Jogate na meka na asemi nyansa ben na wo ni tirim. The immediate past president of the Ghana Bar Association, no, Eyawe Tampon SK Boafoba, MPP ni mapa. Oni niya no mo ye Bar Association executives. Kwena executives ni mkohwe. MPP for kwa. It is a case Ghana Bar Association. I get so hurt. It's an MPP Bar Association. Because it's the legal wing, the illegal legal wing of the MPP. Very lawless lawyers. They don't believe in law. All they believe in is at the end MPP for can ye ni so and o ma ye koliko and MPP for so and the omo aye koliko et ye ka se mo fa ha no mo di atire and o ma ye se enyan a o mo nya ye friend say hwesuni ana se fulani a o kan mo so. So MPP is the Fulani and bar association no aye enyan emoa me and omu nam and ye kan so say ye be kan no and amoye
baby ye dri say omanya ye yero so ne ye kase mu aye dia ye last resort judiciary no.
Yes.
Na say judiciary ye partisan NPP wom NDC wom no me anu nya asem ne court na judge you ati asem wisi o ya titi o say we ho nipa Satan tell me nya bi o
maka asem bi mesa tumu nchine ne.
Okay.
Uhu NSN MPP a lawyer onimumra onim judge.
Okay.
Omo nyina no he call law school ahun den tia me man call law school ho no me yes me call law school ho e no mo ka kire me say listo wo kwa the way na o kan wa adwen no on be faili me so no nyame aye madom sabi adwen no e kapa minim say ye faili me minim say me pass minim say wo faili me kura na me challenge because minim dey mature. Now so no me yes me nko Ghana Law School ma join Ghana Bar Association that some 10 years ago or even 15 years ago and I'm here say me nko because I don't want to be part of a moadom me nye say me wo ma adwene Nyankopon dia ma me na me ntimi express me ma adwen na wo adwen na da wutirimu na awe na ache no eno mu na me mfa ntumi wutirimu dia menye. School a wo kwa yetimi busa say wo papa ye lawyer da wo papa ne hwan wo fie hwan na ye lawyer da we ye school school a say wo kwa we NDC ni a yetimi make sure say we mo marking it down etegi say wo yire wo sua dia APP ni no wabon eso Obaapa ye lawyer ni hwe nana bi o ye lawyer we pegari ni ma ko ye lawyer hwe ye friend say akwai asefua wodi ahwehwa MPP lawyer for no na her arguments omo ye wo wiase e wo TV so ni radio so sometimes it's I say ba no ya lower no and I say ye intelligence nya hwibiem it's about association when they ye o party back. So let's bring them and showcase them to the world. Say yes, so you're a lawyer for, but okase we are. Can you find anyone like Chachu in the NDC, in the MPP? Chachu or NDC ni ubetimi ehunesa so ewo MPP mu. Ubetimi aka tell me say hwe obi anko ubetimi senko nimade anko be ben aye bibi te say Chachu no lawyer okude to no akokra no. Wanyini tie Chachu mpo. Waka asem obedwam aye tie. Na hwe ko social media hwe nkwala comments na hwe pani a ye di natem asase anko awie ko for sase eno oye bugina to snow wiewia what am I say so ye can say MPP lawyer ni a who say oye lawless lawyer
okay
on famra nya adwuma onimu mra onim judge
okay
that's the difference and until na mark 2 MPP for say Monso mon kote mo bar association na bar association no senka we mo kan kwase asemu no na monso mo di mo nyansa abetu badwam na Ghana fo ahu say mo na mo ni nyansa
okay
but some monopolize the legal aspect of this country say bar association akasa o they have not spoken anything law but a son say yeah bar association you know when it's reported it's as if say the bar association no enyansa fo ewo mu ni nkwase afo nyina e ka asem baako ade na mo nyansafo na mo wo mu no mo ntem ho me yehu sa mo no mo nka ho okay they should begin to know say if your association is palpably misbehaving it's about time I also know you have a dissenting voice who did to ja NDC for no mo ya bar association members no and then mo so from statement metu ja say mo no mo ne bar association ne nya adwen na omo asem na omo ka no mututu mutokro ni ehu sa mo ya lawyer for na omo de asabi omo ye baade for omo kwaje adwuma na omo aye what go many more say next time no so be a bad president no can kwase asem a na be public jurisdiction then you will just give them some form of dose heal or else.
All right.
Last but not the least.
Okay.
Mami Tokonu. The way now we are in Newman no. Amu bia nti yes amu yes ah. Unim maka na no mekan. MPP for omo kono. Omo hu say the way omo bo my way krono no. Den a omo to beti. Ebia ne say omo kokontokwa we ehoi say osi ebeba. Na mmom no ade a eye very pivotal e wo say Ghana for adwene koso. John Mahama ontimi mfa obi enkoto nsawe mu abra ni pane mfa ne nkokot. Ena Akufo-Addo na wo ye kronfo na oni ni nuanom abo oman ne krono no abo oman no. Ene na yonkofo abo oman no ministers ni omo krono no ayabo no. Eye den a ye de be court saban sesa. Enti no yem pake court no. Ni sesa ya party apparatchis enkoguo. Ni yem chief justice a ono de ye nya frɛ na twa case ni no atwam. It is ye ko wies kasa de kura na se ye de asem ne kokota on benya nyina so bi akasa asem ne krampo no e wom se we wies ka na so wo de asem ne ba court no procedure krampo no procedurally no you are wrong no ma ba asem na to agu e ba sa na akotutu do ma ni atutu aka ne nsem enti wotimi fo obi ankotum me boa enti do ma so ba ye ya petition ya bai MPP phone him say kianeke e boa bo ma me no because wa sha se etues ka no na tell say wo ditum say wa bo man ne kro no wo di oman ni sika wasa wo sirem e na wa di atum say afa sika no wo betua na wonim e entatia de kum suno osuno no ne yonko sunku no entatia ade kitikiti bi sei enti Babylon ne omo ye friend say Jericho afesuo ya edwirigui aya ye nyom ene ye to petitioners no aye ye ho nyom a mo to na edwiri Jericho afesuo ni guo enti no san say PP4 yes ani oma na eya fiase a omo beko e na omo de maame ne kotena ho say maame ne make sure say omo awie sika ne nyina achie no eme yemfo obi ankotum enu nti na ahwe adubu ahia ono ne kronfo tutu bottom ni we ya ne ye de ne kokotu no ono gina ho say oh me gibem say o papa obobra ana ko di say ska ne ja wa enka wo kenye we wie ni ene krono a wo boy alright enti no eya PP4 esu ne omo ban na omo ya man boyefo kuo ene omo hu sesese no nipa na omo de ne kotena omo anamu say sabi omo semba obebu atu egu no John Mahama asate buttons broscoto mo it is John Mahama broscoto ne dia na ne sabi abo no ye twa ne ti a dia ka nya ahoma enti enu ni aye sese no obi a we sika bia no ne to ate ne to atwi okay enti ebe kakra no ye du kokota to konu ni ho e no aba beka oh my lord okay there be any here me kura me judge we fraud foforo aba there bi sese ba fo boni na wa betina dwem no odone man Ghana say one penny kura wi a obeko
okay
the yire so na ehwe prison so enti say na ono ne yire hwe prison so a ono so ba bebu aten no eno ne MPP for am hihie no
okay
the two can say bi papa we wo wa tokonu ene efa ne nkoye ye ntoso ho okay man bisa
medase
e dey bisa stand the friend man bisa o si uto one to esiusi o konso so a man bisa ya aduani bia ni kuro nti sa ne ma tokonu ntimi ma ye man bisa
okay
ti do mama hweso na ye wadwuma Ghana fo nyina ta wachi
medase ye ko ye second topic ni pasa o meje to ni nyina innocent ye time no pass aka be 15 minutes nti ye be boy ye homoden confession to I say adane maybe can't to the confession to thank you to kasano mulusi lesson arrogance of power chrono ni economic crisis ni ade yaka o mantie no mdi opposition tie no e confession na wo de adubu ahede no say allegation ba kwa asa be ka ho ne say omo Ghana Signal Bureau no internet service ana omo de ma Ghana Water Company Limited no instead na obema sika na ko aban account mu no or de ne personal account na na gi sika ne free Ghana Water for
Yeah, so I think the other clearly shows because Akufo-Addo was running the criminal enterprise. On onya mo bi no bebu ye. Oba say boys medidina boys. You find the big generational wealth.
Okay.
It takes one fool to steal. Now set up the entire family. Obia onyo pa onya adwumada. You know, that is what they believe in those things. So omo nam stage is you binum papa by year. Some leaders in this country some years ago. Mama didi huwa besine ama ebinum ehunsu sanso no kwasa the be president so you should understand the mindset. One person will steal for a generation and they get away with it. Confession to Magdi Kanka say unhunyansa bi ewom, and you see the mistakes are MPP in opposition, you know, explains why they failed as a political party. Sometimes basic rational decisions that a party, a government, leaders are supposed to make. These are basic. I say be school you know say 1+1 2 me faha me pia. They were getting those things wrong. But because they were full of themselves, because they were so arrogant, they felt so they were on top of the moon, so untouchable, very intelligent than Ubia. But then for instance, a political party are going to election. In the history of the country, Obiano are going to election and suffer such a humiliating defeat ever in the history of this country. You pack your bag and you go to the grounds and say, "May thank you to thank you for that." It's not as if said the defeat was even marginal. What lose you to the stand say in the history of this country, a bin see that say a political party under this Fourth Republic will suffer such a. When you pack your bag and say, "Me go thank you to," I was thinking they will go for something like a reconciliatory tour, where you go and amend the crack on the basis. Then kono, almost at the time, candidates not see the omochi. I will be on a faction on the ground. Knowing this, you know, I dear mo say I do we camera near chile because. Some amount for Bekan you cannot predict, especially when amount for no mudi chile no or be at Hamano mudi chile. And a camera DH video. Unfortunately, you saw the banter between Abronya and Mr. These are two people who have been running verbal diarrhea. Omubio Monua, the Baba and the Musa. You saw the embarrassment that went on. Banter. Wait, and people were seeing this thing. There's a political party that is saying, "Say, you're losing election. We are going to the base to build the party up." It ended, say, "Ya wo bisika a kanyamen kwanke yukuno." And you see, this is the culture our party. Don't forget the answer Akufo-Addo be the president. Party office, okay. You were branch in the similar faction. Pinche party office, way boys, and they want second yekuno. So, I did have violence. Abaye a signature and characterize the current MPP that we see. That is why the last time I was telling you, oh, party number and intellectualism has been sacrificed for idiocy. Nipa na omunim say oh nipa we na free nim de woni tin de omo bomba boaye no look at Akufo-Addo government boache ajakon alancha manten hwan these people were deemed enemy of the political party and quote unquote very idiots. Omo kasa we no, they were the very people who had power and chance to rise to political prominence. So I know they didn't call major. If there's a stronghold of the MPP, you saw people who were leading the political party. Obiena no kasa say be obisan say ofri wura mu ba ncheye. Kasa boom. But this is the time a government our power amount for ho chiro mo a you expect reasonable minds to identify themselves with the pain, the suffering the masses were going through and speak in the language people find solace in the voice. But these people, Chama went to me at some point in time, but no, you go to me to Galam say you go to Baku, go to which person on his senses, right senses will do that. At the time, the country was going through economic downturn. The president at the time could not even call him to order because the party became so lawless to the extent said, "Adia, your friend is saying, Nyansa, yet basic things." Now and that arrogance of power and that arrogance of taking over the stage. So for me, what is happening is not different from what we saw. What we saw was like a movie. Season 1, season 2. Yes, I say no. I'm going part 3, part 4 on our position. Okay. And Tokwana Shas, it's not going. to end because so we take Canada Japan some on no so to gumuna. Emotionally, you know, this is a guy on side. The Otia not here, say, what time, said Otia not here. Because how can you go to a party function and say, and yet democracy and here for cry to me? 50% they are here for. And you know, him for about video also. And what they don't get in say, in a democracy, no, it's not about when you sika continue with them, could do sika. Simple. In a democracy, it's not about money. Africa, I am monetizing the entire political space. So any idiot at all, Obenian in sika things there, I can be president. Hey, being president is never about money. It's never about wealth. It's about being intellectually full. You have vision. You know what you're doing.
I didn't you have a
yes. Nipa. I walk us out to me say Nyansa near 7 or president and because Monyesika. Who says Sika need the president? Kwame Nkrumah Bagana, no nya billionaire. All corner nya billionaire. Yes. I've been a net time team and know the leader of mine. It is not about money. So this foolish notion people are creating out there. Some bomb a better way. Now me say obi a wabon a better way when the Sika no. Don't even come close up a president. Do you know why? Because that person has nothing to lose in case things go wrong. God has nothing to lose. Sure. We want somebody or mine to go wronger. His something is at stake or non so it will affect him. We need somebody who will take responsibility. What happens? So stop preaching this nonsense of what? When I was sick, we are seeing in and I make us say the poorest person in Accra and Odidi. Ebi akodi di 3 times. The whole Ghana ebi ordinary here no, but every day odidi. Kwa baby oti a osere. That person care about the millions and who get your uchi. Uchi who get your uchi no fee. We must begin to respect people. Now you say governance, you know, it's about NIPA. You prioritize human beings, human welfare. If you can't do that and you think you have your money, you are on top of the moon, this such nonsense do not have space because on this political arena you will not survive. Okay. Despite any business, mo own any business. What is your ever threatening you about the danger? Because they are in their private enterprises, doing what they do. But the very moment you take leadership mantra, Nipa, the Adnam from Kurano can question you as to why you're making this because you can't run your mind. Your mind is sick, and you're not the woo and the jow. What I say? And I think that is the concept that we need to preach. So we best take it into a man for a team, never who say, or mine the Nipa the chichere. So, and about me and so now, so blue and a cathedral, sika and a and I'm saying, that guy, nobody should take him serious because Samra those decisions there because I don't know to China and not to Burkina. At the time Akufo-Addo was making those reckless decisions, we were deemed enemy of the state, anti-government enthusiasts. That is the name they give it to us. Baumia could not even speak. Now you are telling us a few days to election, no more to petrol. Now my men are not to petrol, and my papa not to petrol. So these are cowards. Nobody should take them serious. And for me, I think that they need to calm down. Realize mistakes no why you know how to patch and amend. Ego and emotion, those silly way no do not have any space. MPP a serious political party and can come to Boacheja Kufie eti your friends Alan Chairman team fee trying to bring these people together. So we move together. And say, this is a party that is ready. Now without when say we will be buying a press conference. Now you're fight with media houses and support. Now political party, no, we need media house when he will be. If you are very sensible, and we need space in talking or see what it is. I think they are not ready to learn. Arrogance, not taking a larger part of them. It will take time for them for that arrogance to deflate and send them back into their normal senses and begin to behave rationally. And until that, they trust media on a collision course. Until some hate distraction, and nothing will stop them.
Bradley, so I think 4 minutes.
Yo, where the say MPP assembly, some medical can say, and who said, so I'm on boy for assembly. The only reason why I'm a cabinet say, me the Bema in Chima at the year foot you. Say, will be a man boyni, Yanini Niagro. And the reason why a beer will be ebe DMPP achi because na adwene wo fom I just wajini fini mofra brim na mpanifo se jimi se obi ajini a me se ampra se bi oyotenem oti ase jimi ni wo kun so a okun anyhow nyansani okun krokro but Jimmy okun anyhow ntino omo nsem no ya na ehun hia me se nka meka bi but se ne be ya nsɛ na ho ama nkyirima so ehu sɛ amayokuo bi ɛyɛ amamboyefo amayokuo no ɛno nti na mede ma no to nyesa ka me nka bi kura thank you to yemusa sɛ you can thank you ase kyerɛsɛ ɛnase nti sɛ obi ka sɛ ɔde maseda ka ɛkyɛ sɛ ma yɛ biribi ayɛ den ama no na meyɛ adeɛ ne maa no asɔ n'ani nti ɔbɛda mase meboa ti medwen ho a mahu sɛ thank you to na ɔmo kɔ no ɔmo hu ne sɛ Ghanafoɔ Jimmy Muli yɛama ɔmo tumi ama ɔmo abɛwia yɛn anunti no mo ba be da yen ya sese ye ma omo kwan ma omo be wia yen na omo duru ho no saa amane no omo ntimi nya kokoduro emmo amane no nkire Ghanafoɔ se mo ma ye kwan ma ye be wia amo no ena ye be da mase cause baumia ontimi nka se mo ma me kwan ma me de haptel ebe jeje mu prepaid sika die ontimi nka say Jack where are you $2.5 million na owi aye no wabra na app no wo ho dada no ontimi meka nkyere Ghanafoɔ say app no a na wo ho dada na me de asase GPS me be dan no funtum mu ye no Jack where are you no minyamu $2.5 million ontimi nka anyina so nka say thank you ontimi nka say e-levy sika na no de ye campaign no enti no order yase no ontimi nka omo nam oni nyina we jail candidates including Bawumia oye jail candidate ya omo nyina hu omo ho se enche ora ne nioma ekoso yi no omo nyina be ko jail enti ene me nya ade a ebe ma Ghanafoɔ kura be ka se oh ye kura ye political way na afi na do mahama so tata yen ene sande tie dia yen ko thank you to nanke ye kanu kura pa wo wiase mpa ade e wo se nka Bawumia ono ana nu nsem ono nam kana Japan no anu nsem ono nam omo ye no e wo se nka ayi no to ye omo kwe no komo frɛ no apology to se nka omo ye nyansafo a because Ghana na omo beto ye no o mama Ghana no wa ye mobo dodo ti se de na Akufo do kan ye mobo dodo Ghana ye mobo dodo ena na Akufo ya bomo ye nya kandifo papa yi no obi ani kapre ba woni botomo but obi anam a utimi se wanya serie bi wonanim chance independence bi aye den aba
1 minute
medi manu si a medi besi ewo minua ken kwasi che da kwansem bi a ode bae na emudu papa o say all we know about the new economic world tells us that nations which train engineers will prevail over those which train lawyers. No nation has ever sued its way to greatness. Richard Lam and Watage, civilization, engineering, engineers, law, lawyers. And you say a bad profession to be a lawyer. But it does not make sense when you are a very lawless lawyer and you have a very lawless lawyers association like the Ghana Bar Association. I rest my case.
Thank you very much. Really so well. When now I say, I mean that bright innocent so I say, but you yami adoma ejoda you be side we share yakra.
And then the money you free.